to ensure a strong foundation that's built on rock, not sand. The education of our children is the pride of everything, and freedom of expression is a pledge of our family. OMDP, we love you so. One family, one destiny. We strive for what is right and pleasing in God's sight and a democratic life. Let us put our heads together to keep our country's name and protect our youth from danger. From guidance we remain. Our women and our children will uphold with our men. The guidance and the nation and live in harmony and love. OMDP, we love you so. One family, one destiny. We strive for what is right and pleasing in God's sight and a democratic life. We salute our founding members for the charge they gave to us to provide and for the landless, be honest, kind and just. A better life for every worker and for those to build one Caribbean, our peace and justice share. OMDP, we love you so. One family, one destiny. We strive for what is right and pleasing in God's sight and a democratic life. OMDP, we love you so. One family, one destiny. We strive for what is right and pleasing in God's sight and a democratic life. OMDP, we love you so. One family, one destiny. We strive for what is right and pleasing in God's sight.
The winds of change are sweeping through the region. Change is long overdue. This is a new year. These are new times. We are the New Democratic Party. This is the New Times program with your host, We Are Ready. What about you?
Central Kingstown, are you ready for the biggest, most exciting event of the season? That's right. Mark your calendars because Monday, October 28th, we're taking over the Green Hill Hardcourt with the Central Kingstown Constituency Fun Day Fair, hosted by the one and only Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock. It's a fun-filled day for the whole family. Kicking off at 1 p.m., we've got it all. A live band bringing the vibes. Your favorite DJs spinning the hottest tunes. Food stalls with mouth-watering meals and delicious drinks. Games galore for all ages, and a special treat for the kids. Come out and enjoy a day of fun, laughter, and good vibes with your friends, family, and neighbors. The Central Kingstown Fun Day Fair has something for everyone. Don't miss out Monday, October 28th from 1 p.m. at the Green Hill Hardcourt, proudly hosted by Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock and the Central Kingstown constituency. See you there.
All aboard! Central Kingstown Constituency Division and your area representative, the Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock, are calling you to set sail on the annual boat ride to Miro. It's happening Sunday, November 10th. Grab your friends, grab your sunscreen, and let's cruise through the crystal blue waters to one of the most beautiful islands in the Grenadines, Miro. It's going to be a day filled with fun, laughter, and memories. Tickets are available now from your Central Kingstown constituency members, so don't miss out. And here's something special. Bring a little something for our friends in Miro. It's all about community love and sharing. There's going to be plenty food and drinks waiting for you on the island. So come hungry and thirsty and mark your calendars. Sunday, November 10th. It's the boat ride you've been waiting for. Central Kingstown and the Honorable Major Sinclair Leacock. Get your tickets now. All aboard!
St. Vincent, my homeland, you gave me no mansion.
Pleasant good morning to all the listeners of Nice Radio and in particular listeners of the New Times program. This is the New Times program for today's again, Wednesday, the 23rd of October. I'm your host today, Clemroy Bud Francois. Thanks for joining me on today's program. This program is a production of the New Democratic Party of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The president and leader is Dr. the Honorable Godwin Friday, and he is a 5 times elected representative of the Northern Grenadines. It's an interactive program, and when we do open the lines, the numbers to call are 784-456-5967. That's 784-456-5967 to be in on the program. You can also reach us at 718-734-5615. That's 718-734-5615. Or by WhatsApp, 784-498-3802. That's 784-498-3802. You can link us by email, bdsnice@gmail.com, bdsnice@gmail.com. And you can also get me by way of my Facebook page or by WhatsApp. As usual, we begin the program by reading from the Bible. And this morning our reading is from Proverbs 27, reading from verse 9 to 14. Proverbs 27, 9 to 14. Perfume and incense bring joy to the heart, and the pleasantness of a friend spring from their heartful advice. Do not forsake your friends or a family or a friend of your family, and do not go to your relative home when disaster strike you. Better a neighbor nearby than a relative far away. Be wise, my son, and bring joy to my heart. Then I can answer anyone who treat me with contempt. The prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. Take the garment of one who put up security for a stranger. Hold it in pledge if it is done for an outsider. If anyone loudly bless their neighbor early in the morning, it will be taken as a curse. That's our reading this morning, Proverbs 27, reading from verse 9 to 14. That's our reading this morning. This is 11 minutes to 11 o'clock. I like when I get these time, 11 minutes to 11 o'clock on the New Times program. Today is Wednesday, so obviously, is it obvious? Yes, it is. We should have with us today Major the Honorable Sinclair Leacock, Parliamentary Representative for Central Kingston and one of our Vice Presidents. We should also have with us, I'm saying with confidence, Brother Andrew Teach, John, caretaker for the South Windward constituency. I expect both to be in today, so we can look forward to that. We're into the Independence, Sunday's Independence Day. We're going to spend some time, I haven't told them yet, but I'm going to pick their brain in terms of what took place in 1979, who was wrong, and the contribution. Where we know, 45 years after, okay? So that will be our trend today, giving a hint up front what I intend to see if I could get out of them. All right, so we can look forward to a very lively program. Remember today, guess what? Registration day. So I'm going to also give you the registration venues for today, Wednesday, the 23rd of October. All right, so let's take a little of the Beckett. St. Vincent, we all love you.
St. Vincent, St. Vincent, I love you. calypso and reggae, yeah, to make me jaggy. Bamboo melody and in harmony. Night morning, Christmas and carnival. You got so much bacchanal. Wailing time is any time, and any time is wailing time. I love you, St. Vincent, me sweet little island, St. Vincent. I love you, St. Vincent, me high room, St. Vincent. Saint Vincent, Saint Vincent, I love you. Mango guava jelly, early morning fish tea, coconut water, farina and sabuka, pilau, crayfish and kalaloo, sauce, dumpling and maniku, roast breadfruit, blackfish ribs, and much, much more deliciousness. I love you, St. Vincent, me sweet little island, St. Vincent. I love you, St. Vincent, home of the blessed St. Vincent. Saint Vincent, Saint Vincent, I love you.
Do you speak out when you see injustice around you? And do you have the courage to stand?
Do you have the courage to stand up when you see wrong taking place? 5 minutes to 11 o'clock. Remember, you're listening to the New Times program for Wednesday, the 23rd of October. And I'm going to introduce my guest in studio. Then I'm going to take that break, give you the registration venues, and then we come back. All right. So let's say pleasant good morning. With us this morning is none other than, as I said to you with confidence, we have with us, start from my left, Brother Andrew Teach John, and on my right, I have Major the Honorable Sinclair Leacock, Parliamentary Representative for Central Kingston, one of our Vice President. And what I say? Protocol now being established.
Protocol
Established.
Here and after report to
as the major. All right.
here and after.
Here and after something like when people did it. Anyway.
That's not.
Here and after report as the major and teach.
Teach it.
All right. So good morning, gentlemen. It's always a pleasure to have you. Teach, I know that you keep with the independence with me. You in your yellow shirt. No, gold, they say it is.
Yes.
You in your gold shirt and my gold shirt. Major have on a gold bracelet. So we fit him in there.
I want a blue underpants. That's how
Okay. You'll mention when we come back on here, when we go on here, you could mention that. So, good morning, gentlemen.
Yes, good morning. Pleasure, good morning to you both and to everybody who is listening. It's always a pleasure to be here with you on Wednesday. Of course, I have to apologize because I had to miss last week's session, but it was because of an emergency with one of my constituents. I really had to reach out. So that happens sometimes, you know. You have to reach out to people, their needs. I usually say to them, your needs are my needs, right? We are one, and we are working together to make a better St. Vincent. And I love this independence thing. So that's why you will see me, board already decked out, starting, and incidentally, the national colors very similar to the NDP colors. So it's not really difficult to to shift, you know.
Or to find many garments.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really great to celebrate this our 45th year of independence. I really feel pleased to be a Vincentian, and I know we are going to make it St. Vincent and Grenadines a better place, a greater place to live, where we all could enjoy the best of life that life has to offer on our shows. So thank you very much for having me today. And of course, it's always a pleasure to be with the Major, and as always. Major, thanks for having me and for the support that you have been showing. I really beg you up, but you know that is how it is. We appreciate you from South Windward, and we just want to let you know.
You don't have to, but
You don't have
my advice to you is wait until after election. So
Right.
make sure you have him on the ground with you.
Yeah, well,
Don't-
he already
that's my
leave
advice,
the
but you
bed.
don't be a typical politician and after election now when you don't win, you're on Major. Now. Don't do that. That just
No,
means
South Windward go vex with me, man.
but-
Because
Okay,
they love Major, you know.
Yeah.
One of the things Major make sure do when he came to visit was to establish his roots, to reaffirm his roots, right?
and one of
It
his
goes beyond me.
key personnel living in South Windward.
Right.
One of the people.
Yes,
right.
just-
The guy from Kenny.
Yes,
yes,
so,
it's true.
we have
But I have to
a
tell Kenny, you know, we got to send him down to Major because
so we have a manager now, eh?
Every morning, I check the voters list to make sure that Kenny and we vote. You know?
we got to
So-
build up the house for him.
Every morning I check the voters list. And I make sure when I come here, I remember that boy, it's a Stubbs man. Don't get nothing with teacher. Because he told them I gang up against you. You understand?
Yeah, it's good to be here, man.
Voters, it's good to be here with you and teach, to wish you both and the nation as a whole happy independence. It's indeed like Teach said, a very special time for me. This time of the year, you know, it's not just special, and it's a very emotional period for me. And maybe a good place for me to start this morning is to say, thank the Jesus that I can give thanks that 45 years after I'm still here on this side of eternity.
Right.
Because a lot of my good friends who were on parade on that day in 1979, and I may get to that this morning in our conversation, are not here with us today, having served this country faithfully and well. But the good Lord in his infinite wisdom has preserved me and allowed me to be here for service to humanity. And so I soldier on until such time that he makes that decision. But happy independence to all of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'm going to just take a while, make sure Mr. P don't call me. So I'm going to give the registration venues for today. And then we'll come back. Major, like you read my mind, because I want to pick both of your brains in terms of independence, from whence we came, as the good Dr. Fraser used to say, from whence we came. So kind of look at that. I know I was doing on Independence Day that I went parade, and I remember sure it's bread and beef, but we had a big feast of gardens. That much I remember.
You sure?
Yeah, man. Wasn't gardens.
The night?
Yeah, they had
stay
all
to
the
the shore, they
school,
mix it
all
up.
these school children and so.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you had a
You had
feast,
eat up
man.
the night.
Yeah, you had to eat up. You had to go eat up. All right, so let's go. I'm going to give you the registration venues for today, Wednesday, the 23rd of October. And we start in North Windward as usual. Remember, registration from 3:30 to 5:30. In Central and West Kingston, sometimes it starts at 4 to 5:30. You have to take along your birth certificate, marriage, and or citizenship certificate, along with a photocopy of that document. All right, or those documents.
And but you'll be surprised to know how many people
Come without the photocopy.
come, not even even the board people.
You know,
Some feel they could come with a passport, some feel they could come with a pass ID, Some feel they could come with nothing at all. But that board paper and the photocopy is so important because there are people who come without the photocopy and they either never come back or take months
To come back.
before they come back, because they get so frustrated. Some people really own ways with the St. Vincent and Grenadines, very, very own way. And there are many people board who can't find their board paper. A guy stopped me a day before go. He said, I think that in a card it fix,
Take on.
So I hope he and me partner up there in shops. By the body workshop today, registration is Lodge Village School. Board coming to that just now. Go and search up and get registered because you're an important supporter of mine.
And make sure you went and got all those documents.
And Reds over there by Curtis Shop in Kingston Park. The 2 youth men have to register today. Make sure you're going to take out the board paper and walk with the photocopy. We need the numbers.
Okay. So let's go. We start with North Windward, Owea Government School. North Windward would be Owea Government School. North Central Windward will be the Pamela's Burke Government School. Pamela's Burke Government School. South Central Windward, registration is at the Lauders Government School. The Lauders Government School in South Central Windward. South Windward, registration is at the Stubbs Government School. Stubbs Government School, South Windward. Marica, registration is at the Marica Government School. The Marica Government School, registration today, the 23rd of October. You don't want to miss that opportunity. Please go out. Please go out. Let's continue. Registration for East St. George today, the 23rd, is at the Belmont Seventh-day Adventist Church. Belmont Seventh-day Adventist Church, East St. George. West St. George, registration, the Belair Government School. Registration, West St. George, the Belair Government School. And then we come down to East Kingston. East Kingston, C.W. Prescott Primary School. C.W. Prescott Primary School. Central Kingston, Major Don advise you, is at the Lodge Village Government School. The Lodge Village Government School. Remember to take along your birth paper, marriage, citizen certificate, and a photocopy of those. All right.
And sometimes voting is a first-time voter who believe they might have a little challenge to convince the registration officer. Yeah, walk with light bill, phone bill, utility bill, or something from
to show you from here.
Show you from here, so that if you get challenged, you could get around that.
Okay.
This happens. I don't know all across the board, but sometimes, quite rightfully, registration officer may want to prove you're who you are.
Okay. So remember that if you don't know the registration officer, persons are going to be there, you may need to work with some kind of proof that you reside in that constituency and are eligible to be registered there. All right. So we don't want you coming back and come back. Anything you need, because we need to get that change. Very important. And I'm going to say, if you have any difficulty, please contact your caretaker or your representative. All right. So find teach office or the major, any one of those guys for major or ladies, and you see, if you don't even have to find major yourself, any others. All right. And we go to West Kingston, just like Central, 4 p.m. to 5:30. I always say, don't try and remember all that. Just go from 3:30 to 5:30. All right. So West Kingston registration today is at the Public Health Building in Rose Place. Public Health Building in Rose Place. South Leeward, Kittel's Lawn and Resource Center. Kittel's Lawn and Resource Center in South Leeward. Central Leeward, the Barley Government School. The Barley Government School. Rose Hall Government School, the registration location in North Leeward. Rose Hall Government School. Beckway is a Friendly Society Hall in Port Elizabeth. Friendly Society Hall in Port Elizabeth. And I always keep trying to get this update. Tourism Information Bureau in Clifton. And Canawan is always the administrative building, okay? Administrative building in Canawan. So those are your venues for today. Remember to walk along with your boat certificate, copy, photocopy, as they say, of those documents. Very important. Very, very important. All right. So 7 minutes after 11 o'clock, we're going straight into the program with my guest this morning. I know there's several things we want to look at. I want to remind you of some programs, please. NDP program night time will be on Facebook, 7:30 p.m. tonight. And we have the senators, Senator Israel Bruce and Senator Chevron John would be on tonight, 7:30 p.m. So while I'm speaking, set your phone alarm, your watch alarm, whatever alarm you need to set it for like 7:15, so you have enough time to finish what you're doing and tune in to that activity. 7:30 tonight, they need the cost of living in St. Vincent and Grenadines. So you want to get that program. Tomorrow, North Windward Young Dems, 7 p.m. at the office in Georgetown. They the North Windward constituency office, Chevron John and friends. So the Young Dems, they having a lime, food, drinks, and music, 7 p.m. Inviting all. All right, Independent Lime, you don't want to miss that. And after Independence Monday, as we heard, we pushing. Major going to tell us more on that. I could tell you a lot about that. You know, you always win something.
Your children.
Because the children.
No, don't come here to mortgage the children's future now.
This is where we're going to fetch live on radio. You, Mr. Major,
yes,
think
sir.
it's the children them alone.
But
your members, no. Your members
Okay,
treat me good.
Well, now I know what the prophet is not what it's supposed
No,
to
I'm
be.
telling you now.
I
I'm
know.
sorry I have to tell you on the radio, but
I don't know.
they always say, man, but look something for yourself.
Yeah, no.
So I always get something. I can tell you that now.
And Tiny and they say you get whole portion too.
Right. So I always get something. So the kids just win a lot of things. And it's a big good things and a good I mean I think the dip sometimes is $2, $5 and it win a lot of Andrew win some really good one time I think it's $2. They had something nice. It was boy my son wanted and you know them dip thing and I say boy I'm gonna win it and you know I pull out the paper and I look, yeah, man, same thing. They say, I bought something wrong. Yeah, so it has been nice. So that fun day is on Monday. Yes, 28th. And I want to urge you. Yes, the day after Independence. So Independence Day full. Just go up Green Hill Hardcourt on the Monday. And I'm going to say before, well, most of us take home pay or go far, but before that, buy your boat ride ticket. Don't put it up till the next week because I know how the funds just go. Grab the boat ride ticket when you get paid one time. And also, those of us who could afford to just walk with something for the people in my area. Major go tell us more on that.
Remember between the fair and the boat ride, we have bring your bomb, won't come, eh? But there's a sharp thing.
Oh, I was told.
What did you date for that again, boy?
I can't remember, but I was told to. I inquire with Igal about the pillow and not a bamboo man, so don't vex me. About the pillow and the soup.
Free food.
Don't say freedom, man. You're not free. You come to an event and they offer you something. Andrew, that's not a difference.
That's true. Yeah.
Right. So
You already paid for it. You're there.
I guess I must check with P and Major and so. Yeah, pillow and soup.
We have a Rasta soup, you know. You have a pea soup.
Say a pea soup.
Not peas, a soup that Pea does make, but remember he's Rasta. So in his soup now, the pork is at the bottom. The vegetarian is at the top. So you can't drink the whole soup. You have to decide who you be.
I had a friend who he never used to eat pork. I use him and give me the soup still. Just leave out the post. Eat the food. I say everything done boil out. The man around with you, man. Just give me the soup.
People drop me back talking.
It's not peace, not peace.
On the same note, but we have Independence, which is Sunday the 27th. We have a funeral on that day, I think.
Yeah, Central and you.
Victoria Village, yeah.
Victoria Village.
Yeah, we have a van coming out for that to support Yellow Board, yeah.
Yeah. And
I'll be out there too, God willing.
Born from Carapan, our mother as well, and the village man who usually call him
Mr. Domino.
Yes, Peter, his mother as well. Yeah. So we're hoping to be there with them on that day for the funeral in Victoria Village. Condolences to you folks. Right. And we have good representation from the NDP. That's our NDP family, right?
Very big.
You see on the poster on a billboard. That's your grand pick me.
Right.
So you look forward to that.
And there's also a funeral on this Saturday as well, this Saturday, for a young chap who died. We call him Blinks. I'm not even sure what his right name is, but he grew up right in Argyle.
Does he?
But
no, that ain't guy who drowned.
No, he didn't drown. It was a young guy walking at the airport. I think he was maybe going through a few issues.
Young guy John Berry last Sunday.
So his funeral, my condolences to the family. And I know he was very close to the Bullocks who operated the supermarket there, Myra and family. I think he grew up there basically. So my condolences to that family as well.
But we have a big Saturday funeral too in Central. George Derrick. That's one name that I refer to. That's a guy who lost his house in Peril and literally went and moan and grieve till he stressed himself to death.
I didn't even realize that. I knew him from way back when, and I just.
At customs yard or before that thing?
Actually, home by him, but that's a long story.
Long story. Okay.
So
very good soul. Very good soul.
Yeah, man.
And he has some wonderful children.
Yeah, his daughter remind me that the funerals.
The one in the public service.
Yeah, and
okay. Okay, good.
So I have to try and see.
Yeah. So I have to do that funeral as well as Saturday. It's a real busy weekend.
True.
Yeah,
it
really is.
Non-stop. Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
So as you're that guy, gentlemen, I'm gonna pick your brains at least. Do let's talk today and make sure it's not today, taking us back to 1979. Yeah. I just told you where I was.
Yeah.
So we're gonna all go back and we're gonna link it in as to expectations then and where we are. Yeah, no, so.
But I won't disobey you for the rest of the morning. Just this one, because I don't want to lose the start. Because over the last weekend there, we had the walkabout in West Kingston and we had it in Central Kingston. I'm not focusing on that now, but there's a social event to which I went on Sunday. And I'm sure I have the liberties to speak about it, and maybe I could call names. Because this is not a political context, and I don't think that this will negate anything. You will have to be a really little boy to do that. But I was really, really happy to hear, to be in conversation. In fact, they raised the conversation with the Chief Executive Officer at the NIS, National Insurance Scheme, Mr. Strout, and the Chairman, Mr. Bowman. And he raised it this way. He said, Major, there's a subject matter that on more than one occasion we heard you raise in the Parliament for discussion and conversation. And we think you're on to a good thing because it resonates well with us here in the NIS. And we believe with the appropriate support, they would not find it difficult for us to put money to ideas and to support it. In fact, we are going in that direction. I was very heartened, very, very heartened to hear the NS with that conversation. Now, you may ask what it is. And simply what it is, Bort, is that for quite some time now, I have been speaking in the Parliament about something called VAREP. It's VAREP, VAREP. In fact, one time I took it to the Parliament by way of question, and I asked that question of the Honorable Prime Minister, who supported it not just in principle, but actually also, in a sense, being a little ahead of his own NIS official, said he thinks it's a wonderful idea and the NIS might be a good place to house that concept. Now, so what it is about, it's a social program, first of all. And I said, we are not reinventing the wheel because it has had its success in many other jurisdictions. Barbados calls it BAP, Barbados Association of Retired Persons. Trinidad and Tobago calls it TARP, T-A-R-P, Trinidad and Tobago Association of Retired Persons. In America, it's called AARP, American Association for Retired Persons. What I've done is added the elderly to it because retired and elderly are not necessarily one and the same thing. There's a huge distinction. So in St. Vincent, I refer to VAREP, Vincentian Association of Retired and Elderly Persons, because you could be elderly and not having retired or never had something to retire from in the first place. Age just caught up on you. And fundamentally what it's about is a recognition that all of us, for the greater part, are standing on the shoulders of someone else. Those who went before us, those who blazed the trail, those whose work made a difference in the quality of life that we live today. It may have been in the public service, in the teaching service, in the police service. It might have been in the sanitation department, a statutory corporation. Whatever it was, through their work, we have a St. Vincent and the Grenadines today that is talking about independence and the celebration. But when you get to the retirement age or old age or whatever numbers, many times 60 has been coming like a cutoff point now to be seen as a starting point to be seen as a citizen. When you get to that point, it is amazing that when you come to the end of your working life, what a challenge life really becomes, because the salary was already small. You may have to wait for what they have put aside for you. You may now find that at the stage of life you're in, you begin to get all kinds of health challenges. When you are a parent and also become a grandparent, you also suddenly realize that whereas you think that your duties were completed, sometimes it now starts. It may start with a great-grand, and sometimes even your own children, who you think should have been strong enough and to be on their own, are still leaning on you for help. It might be family property as security. It might be an insurance as security. It might be for you to go and stand godfather, godmother for something. All forms and fashion this comes. It may be your own health dwindling, the kidneys, heart, arthritis, prostate, pressure, sugar, eyesight, rheumatic fevers, all kinds of things, bones and all kinds of things. And you can't meet the medical bills. Can't even take away the food bills. The light bill, phone bill, and water bill come around so fast, you say you just don't pay one. Sometimes you're still in an advanced stage of your mortgage, because even if you took that mortgage 30, 40, and teach will tell you that. Because it happens to even to me, who figure I have sense. You really don't know how long it takes to pay off a mortgage, because you're paying and paying and paying and paying, and that mortgage ain't move. It almost like the same place where you start.
10 years with them.
Real time.
University children,
University
education comes into play there again. So there are a lot of things that change,
So any ease you can get an elderly or retired person will be helpful. The fact that you could go into the hospital and when you come out, you don't have a hospital bill. The fact that you could go into the pharmacy and that by way of policy, you get a 5, 10, 15, 20% discount because you have that card or that badge that tells you so. The fact that when you go to the supermarket, you are entitled to certain discounts because of your age. You understand? The fact that because you, like in Barbados, another place, you could show them your card and you could ride on the vans free because the government may select certain vans that are in the program to take old people. Because sometimes some vans they don't want to take them, you know, and they're going to say they take too long to get government money. But the fact they could ride up and down and transport free of cost. And it may be a whole range of other things. It may be people who want to offer you legal services. It may be a visit to the doctor's office. You hear me teach?
Right.
Very, very, very many ways. You might have an old car now that you need to change the tires on. As a matter of fact, a young lady, good morning, my good friend. I ain't calling your name this morning. Say, I suggest that you could even get some duty free. They said for a car you want to buy into retirement account. Well, if you're one of the lucky ones reach retirement, they know you could take out a car loan. I don't know if I could go forward with it, but it's something people tell you all kind of ideas. That's one is true now. The fact is, we have to remember that in the same effort that we put at those people from the preschool, primary school, secondary school, college years, working years life, we put a lot of investments for that age group, that demographics. But the elderly and the retired become the forgotten people. And we have to keep our social programs in our mind. And if you look at the way our country's development plans are drawn up, by and large, they are pushed aside as being unimportant, save and except for every 5 years. And the program is evangelist people, this piece of infrastructure, that piece of infrastructure, this physical edifice, all of the things that seem to be vote catching. But invariably, they do not do anything for the life of the person who still could do 2 Pampers. And I get them all the time, those kinds of requests. The people who can't even buy the basic soap and toothpaste and hair cream and skin cream, and who are lying there with a stroke and need to be rotated and need to have the cream their butt so they don't get bad sores. Or they can buy one of those vibrating mattress that present you from being on. Lots of little things we could do. Lots of little things. And they said, raise it again. Because once the proposal comes before them from the government authorities, and I'll jog the Prime Minister's mind in it, they will say, force come, NIS will institute it. Now, it don't matter to me who ideas, whether Ralph says his ideas, whether I says my ideas, whether this is the ideas. The bottom line is if we could bring a social program to the NIS, it matters. And I'll tell you straight up, that social program is as big to our retired and elderly persons as is a hospital as a project, as is a port as a project, as Argyle is a project. Because if you look back in the history of our country, they tend to talk about the $600 million here, this $300 million there, this $1 million there, $750 million there. But to date, the most successful program in St. Vincent and the Grenadines has been the $100, the $84 million World Bank funded land reform program that gave land to the landless, that gave title to the people in Lowmans, Lauders, Hadley Village, North Union and South Union, North Windward, North Leeward, that transformed their lives, made the children become doctors, lawyers, engineers, accountants. Somebody. Upward mobility because of a social program. So sometimes it's not always the physical investment. It's the social investment, and Teach can relate to that.
Man, I always
advocate for that. I have to give that a push to the board before you come to the subject matter.
Sorry, just an observation. I note the other day, now you raise it again. And actually, when I observe it, this push that you keep making came to mind. I noticed that a lot of the institutions have moved away from the senior citizen line. Have you noticed that? At one point, almost every business you go into had a senior And I noticed some establishment have moved away from that.
I think we have seen a decline in the care, and attention given to the
I don't know.
I met just to and basically supporting what you're saying. Met an elderly gentleman in Bible, and he was in the hospital. I don't know if I had talked about this before, but he was in the hospital and he was presented with his list, his prescription to get, and he thought, well, the medication would have been available there, he would have gotten it from the hospital itself, but it was not available. He had to purchase it. And he told me tears came to his eyes when they told him because he just did not have the funds to buy it. He did not have the funds, and that goes in sync with what Major is saying should be provided. That is just one isolated case. But there are many cases even in the clinics, in the rural areas, where you see the doctor, you're presented with your prescription, and you have to find money to purchase. Even as an elderly person without an income, you have to find money. So that goes, together with what Major is saying about the NIS playing a role, putting something in place. And especially now, I feel the government owes it to the elderly population, the retired people, bearing in mind that they have allowed the NIS to dwindle to the state where they are just, barely coping. They are always having to be looking for additional income or putting in new measures in place rather than putting in benefits to people after 35 years. Rather than putting in benefits, you are actually looking for additional contribution, and making things a lot harder. So I am in full support of that idea of putting that program in place to support especially the elderly and retired persons, especially the elderly.
Yeah, Major, I also fully support that. And as we talk about independence from whence we came, as I put it there, those of us who have the fortune, fortunate to travel and have that education from traveling, in a lot of societies, those things are automatic.
Yeah.
You go somewhere, the elderly first, women and children, especially pregnant women, the men automatically stand back and allow these persons to either enter the bus, come off the train, whatever.
Right.
It is something natural. And I was going into a bank one day, and there were elderly person behind me and a lady, and I opened the door and stepped back. And they were surprised.
Yes, right.
And I feel bad because
it should be part of
I do it naturally because in traveling, these are things that, and they stood up and I said, no, go in and say, I mean, oh, thank you, young man. Well, I'm glad for the young part. Thank you, young man.
Became the perfect gentleman right there.
But
But not often you get a chance to be a young man.
No, yeah, exactly, but
Especially
these are things that happen.
Those were part of our society growing up.
Yeah.
But we have seen, and I think politics plays a big role in it. The divisiveness that we have brought to our country, especially under this government. And what has happened is that people now are more concerned about themselves. I look at what is happening in, let's say, in South Windward, and you would find that as long as persons feel they are okay, they could get something, little things, not even things that are to me, luxury or anything, just basic supplies that we live on. For example, you might get a love box and your neighbor may not get one. And that is so important now because that has become an essential part of your survival. Whereas those things didn't really matter when we were independent people. You see, so the care that we had and what that we showed as a society, we have seen a decline. We have to bring back all this. And now at independence, I think, is the ideal time to speak and bring these matters to the fore. You can't forget your elderly. That is something that is very dear to me, Very dear to me, the elderly and the retired people.
You know why I'm smiling? I'm going back in days, growing up in Montrose and even in Prospect Stubbs.
Right.
you get 200 banana, automatically your parents call you. Take and they breaking, take this down,
Yes,
3
that
go
was the
ahead,
fabric.
4 up there.
Fabric.
It was automatic.
But I agree with you. So only difference I have with you at that point, you need to choose something different to banana.
No, I use banana because
now these
those
days,
who are connection, we
No,
can't
no,
use
this
banana again.
no, they didn't miss the banana, so nobody can get rid of banana now.
We was $1 for a little while. But regardless of what, that was a natural thing. In fact, I reflect on my grandparents having a shop. And surprisingly enough, and something that they just say, people come and, Miss Kettle, mommy say if you could send, mommy say if you could send on this and thing until the parents never come in.
Quite normal.
Until thing and Miss Kettle.
And sometimes
They
they
say,
always,
all right, and sometimes they push a little extra in there for the
Yes,
kids.
yes,
But
that's
this
true.
business, the business never flop. But
Right, because people's word.
but I think if I am correct, and teach might remind me about that, long time days. Again, we're going back a little bit. I think a lot of shops used to have a bunch of banana hang up inside of
yes,
there.
yes,
You
yes,
could just go
yes.
and
And you could have
And
get one.
you could buy off the bunch of banana hang up in
Sometimes
there.
they don't
Is
sell
correct?
you. They don't
Yeah.
even sell
Yeah.
you. You could get one too.
Yeah. You saw banana hang up in shop. Yeah.
Wherever you end up
Well, in your
lunchtime,
case, you would have to buy it.
a major in them days, wherever you end up
But who are
lunchtime,
the line?
I'm going to find out.
Yeah,
Wherever you
yeah.
end up lunchtime, you eat lunch,
Yeah.
It was just automatic.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
friends say,
Yeah.
but these things, well, I don't know. Good morning, your times.
Yes, good morning, brother. Bot. How are you?
Good morning. What are you sharing with us now? Eggs?
Yeah, well, I wish I did, but it's something I just want to
Sure, go ahead. Yeah.
ask. I do not know. I am not saying they did not because sometimes I hardly had a chance, but I am still listening. I am in a group with parents. They create this group and everything now is group with parents that have their children studying in Cuba, and well, I guess you all will be aware of that. That right now Cuba is going through a phase. A few days it was in total blackout. Like
I think they had a hurricane there,
No, after the hurricane.
After the
Recently,
hurricane,
they had an island-wide blackout. They tried
Oh,
to get back.
island was blackout.
Yeah,
And
this weekend.
parents, if you to see the panicking that is going on in the group, parents is panicking. Cannot
Students.
hear from the children.
Yes.
And I am still yet to hear a statement from this administration of what the embassy up there is doing, and when it come to that. Even me of myself, I have my daughter there, and I normally will hear from her every day, and it is not an easy situation. You have a child studying there, in a strange country, in an apartment by the cell, and you can't hear, and I'm still yet to hear this administration make a statement that we know everything they love to make a father fair, but in the time of crisis, there's not even a word of comfort that you can, and we are hearing from them, and I am speaking as a parent and have firsthand look at the group because people is panicking in the group. So I do not know if they make a statement and you all hear
It's a good
it.
matter raising up. I see why I could in my quarters, but it's a very important matter. I heard a little bit of it on the news.
Very much so.
But you're bringing it home. You bring it home very forcefully.
I'm telling you, because I always say to my daughter, say, listen to me. In the morning, I do not want, does not like to be the one to text because she's studying and I do not want to bring. So I say, in the morning, you send me a text and say morning that's just enough for me. And if midday you have that time, you could say, and in the night, so at least as anything I can say, well, I hear from her this morning now.
I understand.
I cannot hear from her, and you don't know whether you're here or there, and you're not hearing her. You're not hearing her.
I think may just say you would follow up on it, and I understand.
Yes,
I follow the blackout, but honestly, my mind didn't run on the Vincent students there. I was following it on CNN and Al Jazeera.
If you to see the level of panic, parents are going through in the group. I am in the group because I don't know if you are aware of this. Up there it's very difficult when to get goods and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
we're fully aware of that.
it's just a few weeks ago, parents did have to send up barrels and things for the children. So after going through all that, and now you're hearing that, and you're not hearing the administration say nothing about these things.
They don't
Yeah,
speak.
true.
They don't speak and
It
sort it
just
out
have
at
my
all.
spirit down all along, and not me alone,
Right.
and things. So I will definitely like Major, and I know this is a government only react to things when
There is.
the opposition put it out there and expose them.
Because,
So I
a man like me
believe
in my senior year should not be without eggs. You understand me? They're supposed to be able to say.
you hear you for your behave. Well, at least thanks for the little laugh because you uplift the spirit a little bit.
But man, I would give witness that when in your better days, you sometimes refuse to take money for my eggs. So
it is better days,
yeah, no, serious. As a man,
you know
used
we
to
think
say,
I go, but
used to say, man, boy, take a flat.
Somebody sing a calypso one day go get better, man.
One
All
day
right,
we'll get
okay
better.
then,
Yeah.
thanks.
Nice
All right.
contribution.
Major, you go follow up on that for me.
I will follow up on it
Yes.
Yeah,
to
thank
the
you.
self. Yeah, thank you. Great contribution.
Okay. Yeah. Major, go ahead. The person name at we have somebody on the
Take them.
WhatsApp. There you go. Okay, good morning. Thanks for holding you there still. Hello?
But
Yes.
What?
Yes.
but I ain't get nice radio at all. I know it's a tune to get in.
I guess Dougie and the others listening, they'll have to check on that one. I don't have any information. Sometimes if current go in certain areas, I don't know if
What's the
anything-
area? What you ain't hearing?
Where you calling from?
Green Hill
Green Hill.
Who is this Rasta? No, this no.
96.7. I ain't getting that at all. I ain't getting no
You try
reception.
90.3?
Okay, I will try that.
Yeah,
Try
90.3.
90.3.
Okay then. All right.
Okay, thanks
Okay,
again. Yeah.
thanks.
But before we go into anything else, because
Go ahead.
yeah, before we go to anything else, sometimes the pastor say Christian pick me first. Monday of this week, I took part in a very, very, very
Major, before you go, I think you had mentioned what the slippers, the passing of Pastor Fredericks. I think.
Oh yes.
You wanted
George
to-
Fredericks, yeah.
Yes.
Well, on behalf of the
Mm.
president, executive, members of the New Democratic Party, and on my own behalf, I really want to extend condolences to his wife. I knew he had a daughter, other family member. He was in a Paul's man. He was never afraid to say that he was born in Parlat, That's how he would say it when he gave it. And he was a man of great humor. By any measure, George Frederick made a stolen contribution to St. Vincent and Grenadines. There's no perfect individual. He did his best in the insurance business. He's a man of the cloth, He's very, very enjoyable to listen to him preach. He's had his own great charity. I knew that he had a stroke before his passing, and his wife went through much because the home care became very difficult and challenging. But George would be a person who would have prepared himself for this time. Every time he met me in the street, he would always say to me, "You write yet?" That if it's one person in St. Vincent kept me under constant pressure to write a book and put my history into writing, is George Frederick. If I remember anything, it would be that. And I always said to him, I'm going to do it. In fact, one time I started doing it, I didn't get very far. If it was like in America, we could sit down and dictate. You write, I don't write 10 books. But to find the time. But I really must try to do it. And if I do it, it's going to be because of George Frederick. But may light perpetual shine on him.
Okay. You was.
Yeah, but I was saying on Monday, it is private, it is personal, but sometimes people have to allow us to have these personal moments. in the sense that on Monday, along with my sister Patsy, and organized by my brother Alvin, Captain Leacock, Dr. Leacock, Troublesome Alvin. You could choose your title for my. Well, I chose in Troublesome Alvin. Yeah, you know.
Alvin, good morning, good evening, good night, whatever.
On my own.
Because
You know?
I can publicly say Alvin was closer to us than Sinclair.
I confess.
Sinclair, Andrew Sinclair is one of those who made us feel and didn't give us any back. It's not the first time I'm saying it. So it stuck with me. But
we're not dealing with that.
Okay, so Major, go ahead. Sorry for
but we through his instrumentality more than anyone of us, we established a foundation called the Elsa Elizabeth Leacock Foundation in the name of our mother. Put it bluntly and to the point, but I would be the first person of my family and of that generation that went to a secondary school. And I went because of the efforts of people like Elsa Leacock, George Leacock, and their ambitions to see progress for their children and a different life. In that regard, I went to the grammar school and had the privilege to join the cadet force. And that allowed me to become a member of what it was called the Corps of Drums, or the Drum Corps, when it was formed in 1968, through the instrumentality of one Reverend Alan Curtin. So I became a bugler, and I marched up and down St. Vincent and Grenadines playing bugle on parades with the cadets until I went back to the infantry section. But that was the start of a motivation for my other siblings, because my brother Leroy, who, Alvin, if you're listening, by the way, his name was left off of the program, whereas his wife was included, also became a bugler in the cadet band. And whereas I might think I was good, Leroy would think that he was better. And Alvin, who came after Leroy, also joined the band as a bugler. Now, he will feel also that he was better than Leroy. So the three of us ragtagging for bragging rights in the cadet band. But all three of us served with distinction in the cadet band, meaning that we became sergeants, we became officers in the cadet force, thanks to our mother and our father. My own son, Samora, also went in the cadet band and became a bugler. My cousins, Melissa Scott and Dr. Cleve Scott, they also were outstanding cadets, and Melissa became an outstanding musician as well. Leroy's daughter, who went to meet him in America when he left, she went straight into the army and became a master sergeant, first class, specialist in chemical warfare in ICA. I try not to say it because it's independence, and sometimes it should not be short of the achievement. So I think Margaret Leacock, who was listening, would not be so pleased with me, and she would report me to my son. But my son, for example, who went to a military college, Virginia Military Institute, joined the band of Virginia Military Institute. I saw him at his graduation. Then he went back into infantry section as a Royal Marine. He has now, he's Major Leacock in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
And in fact, he's got on the list of promotions to be now a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Marines. That is no small achievement.
No, not small.
That's not a small achievement. That's a small achievement for a family. Of course, our own Uncle Cecil Scott was a superintendent of police. So we in a sense, can make a claim to be a military family. But of the moment, through the instrumentality of Alvin, he solicited the assistance of people like East Caribbean Group of Companies, Justice Williams, right?
That's Colin.
Colin Williams.
He was in the cadet too, not so?
Outstanding. All of his family, both his brother, and all of them, Grantley, all of them were outstanding in cadet family as well. And he very terrible. Me and he have survived well across the political divide, never lost respect for each other. We get along well up to today. And a number of others, Camille Spence. I got Camille Spence when I was at Vinlec by way of a phone call to go into the top military musical school in England. I saw him a few days ago. He should be, and he donated as well. I should have brought the list of all the donors, number of donors. But Alvin organized and donated a sash that he himself helped to design for the drum major of the cadet force, which is a big thing. I believe he's coming off the British tradition. It includes lots of important signs, but he also breastplates for the band. And the breastplates carry the petroglyphs of St. Vincent, the history of St. Vincent Grenadines, and the stripes, as you all will call them, chevrons, the military will call them, for the ceremonial uniform of the band. Alan Courtney, the founding member of the band, always wanted the cadet band to be a showpiece. It used to be at one time, you know. It went up and down. As a matter of fact, I got court martial because one time when the parade break off from down where there's no building alone, Fort Bank used to be in them, these couriers. The rest of the town marched from the all the way up to grammar school with the hand in the power, 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 power. And I was charged for leading a Black Power revolution and demonstration in town. I was court-martialed over peaceful. I don't forget that, you know. And Courtney come back and defend us from that court-martial. I don't forget that at all. Don't forget that's one of the biggest history of leading the demonstration. So parades are a big thing for us, you know. Parades, and while I'm in it, I reflect back now. I'll cut the story short because some people don't want to speak these things, but they in part teach of important histories. Timmy Hazel, who was a foundation member of the band, God bless his soul, has gone to the great beyond. He also became a senator in the Parliament of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And some other outstanding, Kirby, who was in the band, Courtney himself is deceased and has gone on. E.B. John, who was around, has gone to the great beyond. But let me say something about a period before that, and then shut up. Somebody asked recently if you can remember where you were when the first man walked on the moon. And I said, yes, I can. And this week I was walking through town and I ran into Starkey John and I asked him, I said, Starkey, somebody asked this question and I answered. And I said, yes. I said, you were in the harbor of Port of Spain on the MV Federal Palm. We had arrived in Trinidad and Tobago to participate in a cadet camp in Tucker Valley under the auspices of Trinidad and Tobago Regiment. And present there was Olin Denny, yours truly, Starkey John, Starkey, Olin, Bernard John, Marcus Garway, and Cap Vanlo. I said, of those 6 young men, among others, 4 of us became honorable members. Starkey John, honorable, Olin Denny, honorable, E.B. John, His Excellency, Sinclair Leacock, honorable. It's a remarkable thing to know that 4 men out of the cadets could go on a camp. And the 4 of them will reach to the Parliament or the highest level of national service to get the titles honorable and excellency. So I reflect on those things. I see the cadet force now, and I see, because 45 years ago, I was being the officer in charge of the foreign forces on parade. Because we would have had our cadet guard, our band, and so on and so forth. And I see a lot of things now, you know. A lot of things now, because I saw the practice yesterday, that people chastised me for then come to pass. I had made a proposal for St. Vincent to have its own defense force. And people scoffed at that. What a small island said that this was a defense force. Montserrat has one. St. Kitts has one. Antigua have one. They're small islands than us. Barbados is almost the same size as us. They have an outstanding defense force, of which they can enforce a part of the defense force. But I saw the 40 sailors on parade yesterday from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I saw our Coast Guard men on parade yesterday. I saw a special service uniform in the camouflage yesterday. They together form a small company in the defense force. We could have had that. Doing a lot of the infrastructural and social heavy lifting that St. Vincent wants to transform this country. Not reinventing that discussion. But I give God thanks and praises for those who were wrong. People who were wrong in 1979 in the cadets. The senior citizens now, most of them in the early 60s, some of them just turning 60. Many of them, if not all of them, most of them, will be grandparents. But it's a generation that shouldn't be forgotten. Just as much as in 79, that generation of footballers who won, came second place, we should have a special honoring for them in St. Vincent. Every time independence comes, they should be showcased for making a difference in St. Vincent. National pride. This week, Jamaica introduced 2 new awards the order of something in Jamaica for Bob Marley and the woman Bennett, who used to be the Louis Bennett. You know, Jamaica is not yet a republic, but it has an honor system.
Yeah, local.
We don't have an honor system in St. Vincent and Grenadines. We don't recognize anybody for awards. You know, we don't recognize anybody for awards. So even except when the head honcho go abroad and get regalia from other people, recognition. But that's how we treat our people. At the Independence Parade now, we should be having our awards list for people in teaching, in police, and in fishing, in sanitation, in agriculture, and around women, among youth, and around music, and around dance, and in culture. That's what should be happening.
Remember,
people should be being honored.
Remember, in a major, it's for a while now, we have not been really recognizing the work that people do in different fields. You know, look, for example, in the police force, just recently, you would have heard the issue of the non-payment of fees. You know, and when I look at that issue, I said these things are showing that there was no arrangement in place made before the act. I'm talking about the World Cup and the service the police gave. That's not anything new in terms of police working at events like that. So this issue really should not arise, should never arise, you know, in terms of the government failing to pay or not being in agreement with the police in terms of how much was charged. I think that should be worked out long before it gets to this stage. And I think it really was an insult to the police that they came into the public domain as if the police are trying to sort of rip off the system based on how it was presented. You know, I think it really it didn't serve us well for the Prime Minister to come public and give the impression, because I listened to it and it sounded as though he's saying to us that they overcharge and they say $800,000 almost, and he has to get a supplementary bill to pay that and so on. This thing should be worked out with the police long before. And that is showing what Major is saying there. People's service you're not given any thanks, any recognition. Because an event like that must have the police. The police has to play a crucial role.
Because
in an event like that.
Come to think, I mean, by the way, Jordan Francis, who was a bass drummer, also became Honorable Jordan Francis. Just to make sure that it covers many. But think about it. Come Sunday night at the park, at the parade. Who are the big beneficiary of the parade?
The person who never used to come parade.
The person who never went to parade. The Prime Minister will be there to read his speech and proclaim and acclaim and so forth. But it shouldn't be about him. Exactly. It should be in the outstanding doctor, nurse, teacher, policeman, farmer, businessman, student, all getting some kind of award. The Order of George McIntosh, the Order of Cecil Cyrus, the Order of Sheikh Keane, the Order of Beckett Cyrus. You name them after outstanding Vincentians, put them in different houses and different orders, and salute them. The Order of Michael Finley in the sports. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you develop a nation. That's how a nation develops, you know. That's how our nation is born. That's how we think. We're building blocks. We're building upon the generation before. You know?
And not that only, it will allow persons to keep track of the history and the importance of, contribution. Major, you mentioned something, and you'll forgive me if I have to go back there, but something I observed, I don't know if I raised it already, but you mentioned the 79 team, right? Yeah. And I don't know if you paid up to, but Andrew, because when we played sports long ago, we played on hard surface. The ladies played on concrete netball courts. And a lot of sports persons now have injuries.
Especially the knees,
Knees, hip.
Soul.
I was lucky to get a hip replacement. But there are, so when I didn't think, when I watched the guy alone, I watched Dorian Phillips and these persons.
And these guys don't even get invited to a football tournament.
Exactly.
I didn't even get invited to the last football game we have here. I was present at football twice.
Never get that.
No, I named the team Vinci Heat. And you don't even get picked.
John Combe is back here.
I saw him at a funeral fight.
And I'm saying that, as you mentioned, though, that even when we talk about here, something should have been in place that these guys should have been able,
Yeah.
even if it's true, and we talk about Cuba, and even if it's true the connection to go and get these injuries remedied. So
Yeah.
instead of all these guys limping through town and the netballers, with you know, just
Yeah,
that
yeah,
thought
yeah,
that
yeah,
you know that
nation building is
You know.
nation building is something that the political director must pay attention to. What is the NDPULP? How do we build a nation state? You know, you can't be on a legacy of division and victimization and bitterness and rancor and grumpiness and selfishness. It's about exalting those upon whose shoulders we stand and who have served and served well, so that others know. And that's why Shafiqa had to be such an uphill battle, you know. That's why, because she came out of the blue. But in Jamaica, it's a natural progression that people would expect. That we did well, we got 10 medals last year, and they say we're looking for 15 and we're looking for so. And these are the people who are emerging and evolving. We're not like that.
Everything is politics, man. We're not organized. We're not organized in the way we do things. And we take people for granted under this administration. One of the things that they do is they take you for granted, especially if you are not an outspoken supporter of the party. I'm telling you, my experience through the teaching service just shows we had outstanding teachers, and some of them were overlooked, just bypassed, you know. And one of the things that I noticed happen with the mandate, the vaccine mandate, is this the blatant disregard for persons' welfare. Given
Andrew, because you're an industrial relations man, you see the vote that just came out in America.
They have another one again.
Yeah, they just put
All
a
of them coming.
order all people who were fired under the mandate in America
It has been happening
to return to work and with full pay.
Yes, it has been happening now for
That-
over a
that-
year.
that
That
is
these
needed.
kind of cases have
All
But
people who have
You
been
see
part
that
of
one?
that. Yeah.
And I'm wondering now, why is it that we are still persisting with this? Why are we still persisting with this appeal? The minister is in the
Before I
courts.
forget, I just want us to give some credit. I noticed Boom and the Searchlight. They have been pushing out a little bio on a lot of persons who, in their
For
view,
this-
have
for the
contributed, whether it's
independence. Yeah, we
sports or anything.
need
So
to recognize people for the work.
I think that is nice.
Yes, we
Okay.
need to. We need to.
We took the break, but I have somebody. Let me see. Good morning. Hello. Hello. I think the person is there, but I don't know what's.
But the job back too.
Let me try about this and see. Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, morning, Bot. Morning, Mr. Lick. Morning, Mr. Jan.
Good morning.
Mr. Lickak,
Yes, please.
is I tell girlfriend.
Yes.
It's the funeral.
Yes.
I try to catch myself properly, but I'm good. I would like to say thank you very much. And you don't know.
Yes.
NDP again.
NDP again. Thanks again. You hear me just call your name, eh?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm home in the house.
All right, my girl.
Yeah,
All
thanks,
right.
thanks.
South Central, we know that from.
So we into the break. I have some. Let me just call us. We're gonna take the break, but just so that I get you these texts before while it's still relevant. Somebody say about the blackout in Cuba started before the hurricane hit. It continued during the hurricane. They are saying that the island can't get fuel to power their generators. Where's our PM on this issue? He was once running to Cuba for all his needs. Tourists are saying that maybe they have 1 day away from having nothing to eat at the hotels. They have saying, somebody say, ask Mr. Leacock if you remember Jessie Lois. She and the people in Tanyard was very close friends, especially Sickland, Mazel.
Yes, I remember those. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Good day, gentlemen. I believe
I
the
do.
police must be paid their money, but at the same time, they should learn to serve the people instead of the politician. Look how they were treated. Somebody has to push it. All right, so we're going to take the break and we come back and continue on the discussion. All right, and Major, sometime between now and during the 1 o'clock break, I want to spend some time on the fun day and those other events, okay?
Sure. Central Kingstown, are you ready for the biggest, most exciting event of the season? That's right. Mark your calendars because Monday, October 28th, we're taking over the Green Hill Hardcourt with the Central Kingstown Constituency Fun Day Fair, hosted by the one and only Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock. It's a fun-filled day for the whole family. Kicking off at 1 p.m., we've got it all. A live band bringing the vibes. Your favorite DJs spinning the hottest tunes. Food stalls with mouth-watering meals and delicious drinks. Games galore for all ages, and a special treat for the kids. Come out and enjoy a day of fun, laughter, and good vibes with your friends, family, and neighbors. The Central Kingstown Fun Day Fair has something for everyone. Don't miss out Monday, October 28th from 1 p.m. at the Green Hill Hardcourt, proudly hosted by Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock and the Central Kingstown constituency. See you there.
Bonady Supermarket in Kingstown, serving the nation with quality service and excellent prices. At Bonady Supermarket number 2, located at Upper Middle Street, we are proud to serve you. We are second to none. Call us at 457-1616. We at Bonady Supermarket number 2 will always be here for you. Bonady Supermarket, serving the nation with quality service and excellent prices.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases. So you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
So fast pay, a new and easy way to pay. So fast pay, so fast pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
So fast pay, 2 minutes and you're on your way. So fast pay, so fast pay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
There are many cleaning companies, but there is only one company that cleans, and that is VinsiClean. So you don't have to wait for a season. Cleanliness is enough of a reason. Just finish building your dream home and wish to move in? Then VinsiClean is for you. Do you have oil mark where that car is parked? New tiles just laid and want to remove tile grout, cement, or paint? VinsiClean is for you. Shampooing of chair sets, mattress, carpet, house cleaning. VinsiClean is for you. So whatever cleaning you need and for the best prices and quality on the market, telephone 431-1360, 457-1649. VinsiClean, 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 the best in service.
Central Kingstown, are you ready for the biggest, most exciting event of the season? That's right. Mark your calendars because Monday, October 28th, we're taking over the Green Hill Hardcourt with the Central Kingstown Constituency Fun Day Fair, hosted by the one and only Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock. It's a fun-filled day for the whole family. Kicking off at 1 p.m., we've got it all. A live band bringing the vibes. Your favorite DJs spinning the hottest tunes. Food stalls with mouth-watering meals and delicious drinks. Games galore for all ages, and a special treat for the kids. Come out and enjoy a day of fun, laughter, and good vibes with your friends, family, and neighbors. The Central Kingstown Fun Day Fair has something for everyone. Don't miss out Monday, October 28th from 1 p.m. at the Green Hill Hardcourt, proudly hosted by Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock and the Central Kingstown constituency. See you there.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines, are you ready? On Saturday, November 9th, Third Element and Nouvelle May presents Rise Reggae SVG. Live on stage, the gentleman himself, Romain Vogo.
The soul provider.
Romain Vogo.
Leave people business alone.
From the royal family of reggae, Gramps Morgan.
You deserve the love of a woman like you.
Gramps Morgan.
For people like you.
And the great one, Jamil.
Tell them we're the strongest soldiers, get the hardest fight.
Jamil.
Lose them soul for game the world. When I switch for the table turn.
Rise Reggae SVG, the concert of the century. On Saturday, November 9th, Victoria Park. Gates open at 8 p.m. Tickets are available island-wide or online at ticketpal.com.
Get dinner and candles alight, popcorn for your movie night. One stop and get it right. It's that good. We've got what you're looking for. All the brands you love and more. Get everything at Massey Stores. Massey Stores is where you wanna be. We take care of you like family. We do all that we could to treat you like we should. It's that good, it's that good, that good. When you shop at Massey Stores, that good.
Massey Stores, our family serving your family.
Lewis Pharmacy. We specialize in friendly service with a personal, professional touch. Hence, we take pride in offering patient counseling on all prescription and over-the-counter products. We welcome inquiries on prescription drugs, vitamins, herbal preparation, fitness nutritional products, cough, cold, allergy, and all other health care products. For the convenience of our patients and surrounding community, we are situated uptown opposite the bus stop at Juicy Building. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Lewis Pharmacy.
With my credit union.
With my credit union,
I
have been afforded the opportunity to pursue secondary and tertiary level education with the benefit of a scholarship.
I have been able to obtain a student loan to further my studies at the university. I have been able to afford a beautiful home with the basic amenities for my family.
So I'm encouraging you.
I encourage you to join a credit union today.
Beryl, an early hurricane of unprecedented intensity, is fresh in our memory. The International Panel on Climate Change predicts for 2024 and beyond increased severity of weather and hurricanes due to global warming. Be smart, plan ahead. We can take steps ourselves to minimize loss and suffering from these threats. At Lanes, we have the necessary products, flashlights, water tanks, generators, water pumps, and more that you should have to provide you with safety and comfort. Whether building a new or reinforcing existing structures, Lanes can provide both product and specialty consultation advice at our Home Vision department. Protect your family and protect your home. Lanes, 784-456-1411.
Edwin Delane & Sons Limited announced its 45% independence clearance sale from Monday, October the 14th to Saturday, October the 26th. There will be 45% discount on clearance items, 20% discount on other store items at Lane's Hardware Stores and Lane's Department Stores. Terms and conditions apply.
Get value for your money. Shop at Richardson Motors.
Shop at Richardson Motors Limited and enjoy 3 services in one. Hop into our convenience store for a wide array of snacks, drinks, and toiletries. Visit our mechanic shop for specialized treatment for your brakes, exhaust systems, and wheel alignment at our garage. But there's more. When you shop at Richardson Motors, get a free oil change service, clean, high-quality fuel, or shop from a wide range of automotive parts and accessories. We are conveniently located along the Arnesville Main Road. Drive on up.
Reliability, convenience, and variety.
Richardson Motors is your #1 stop.
Air filters, oil filters, fuel filters, disc pads and brake shoes, clutch disc, pressure plates, rotor plates, engine parts, fan belts, timing belts, oil seals, spark plugs, radiators, radiator hoses, water pumps, universal joints, suspension parts, KYB Japanese shocks for Toyota, Nissan, and Suzuki, tie rods, rack ends, ball joints. You can also get accessories, cleaning supplies, polishes, titanium tint, black tint, Valvoline motor oils, Toyota and Honda motor oils, transmission fluids, Michelin wiper blades, headlights, corner lights, HID kits, HID bulbs and ballast, LED bulbs, and much, much more can be had at Automax Auto Parts. Automax goes the extra mile and spend the extra dollar to ensure that you get first quality Japanese auto parts. Come see the from opposite the basketball court and at 458-2000. On Facebook, Automax Auto Parts. Drive the extra mile to get the best first quality auto parts.
Please note that we open on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
CK Graves and Company is the #1 supermarket. 100% intention. The Intention Supermarket. We've got more of what you're looking for. In multiple locations to serve you more and more. In business now for over 50 years. And you will always save by shopping right here. Oh yes, we're #1. CK Graves and Company. And we are Vincent Johns, a supermarket for you and me.
CK Graves and Company Limited, Sunrise Supermarket and Graves Marketplace will be closed on Sunday, the 27th of October, 2024. And on Monday, Sunrise will reopen from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and Graves Marketplace from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
I passed by a brethren the other day. If you see he plays rat and cockroach racing, mosquito fighting one another for come knee in your ears, and the amount of woodlights I see, I had to wonder if them been in the wood with no attack and Billy Ark. I said, bye, call Flick.
For the eradication of pests, Flick is your answer. Before and after construction of your domestic and commercial buildings, Flick uses environmentally safe chemicals. And keep washrooms fresh with the Aroma Odor Control and the FemCare Sanitary Disposal Systems. Call Flick Pest Control today at 457-1857 or click www.flickpestcontrol.com.
Memorial Funeral Home is dedicated to meeting the needs of our customers. We go above and beyond to ensure satisfaction and convenience. That is why we are extending our services to the diaspora. Working with Caribbean Funeral Home in New York. Burial packages can now be completed in New York to cover burials in St. Vincent. And likewise, packages can be made in St. Vincent to cover burials in New York. Caribbean Funeral Home is located on 1922 Utica Avenue, Brooklyn. Call their office at 718-444-1818 or WhatsApp at 347-925-9557 or 347-231-5410. For more information, call our local office at 458-8888. Memorial Funeral Home. Quality, convenience, and affordability.
Randy Supermarket is perfect for all your grocery needs. We have a range of liquor, liqueur, and wines, fresh and quality bread, and our weekly specials will simply amaze you. Conveniently opened 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Mondays to Thursdays, and Fridays and Saturdays 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have competitive prices and friendly staff. Randy Supermarket, located at Lower Bay Street and Terrell Street. Call us at 456-2994. Randy Supermarket, where shopping is fun.
Central Kingstown, are you ready for the biggest, most exciting event of the season? That's right. Mark your calendars because Monday, October 28th, we're taking over the Green Hill Hardcourt with the Central Kingstown Constituency Fun Day Fair, hosted by the one and only Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock. It's a fun-filled day for the whole family. Kicking off at 1 p.m., we've got it all. A live band bringing the vibes, your favorite DJs spinning the hottest tunes, food stalls with mouth-watering meals and delicious drinks, games galore for all ages, and a special treat for the kids. Come out and enjoy a day of fun, laughter, and good vibes with your friends, family, and neighbors. The Central Kingstown Fun Day Fair has something for everyone. Don't miss out Monday, October 28th from 1 p.m. at the Green Hill Hardcourt, proudly hosted by Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock and the Central Kingstown constituency. See you there.
All aboard! Central Kingstown Constituency Division and your area representative, the Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock, are calling you to set sail on the annual boat ride to Miro. It's happening Sunday, November 10th. Grab your friends, grab your sunscreen, and let's cruise through the crystal blue waters to one of the most beautiful islands in the Grenadines, Miro. It's gonna be a day filled with fun, laughter, and memories. Tickets are available now from your Central Kingstown constituency members, so don't miss out. And here's something special. Bring a little something for our friends in Miro. It's all about community love and sharing. There's gonna be plenty food and drinks waiting for you on the island. So come hungry and thirsty and mark your calendars. Sunday, November 10th. It's the boat ride you've been waiting for. Central Kingstown and the Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock. Get your tickets now. All aboard!
We're all moving on together. So we must plan collectively for a brighter day. No one knows what's in store for the future. True dedication can get us there. Independence is a milestone in our march to prosperity. Now St. Vincent
18 minutes after 12 o'clock.
nationality. We are a nation.
And we counting down the days to Independence Day, 27th of October. That's this Sunday. Remember, Monday is a holiday. We're heading up Green Hill Hardcourt on Monday though for the fun day. So don't forget that. Tomorrow, Thursday, out in North Windward at the quarters office for North Windward, 7 p.m. The Young Dems of North Windward, they're having a lime. 7 p.m. at the office, food, drinks, music. So they're inviting all persons to come on Thursday, 7 p.m. Tonight, 7:30 tonight, you tune in tonight to the NDP Facebook page as they bring you that discussion with the senators, Senator Israel Bruce and Senator Siobhan John. They discuss the situation in St. Vincent in terms of food and prices, so cost of living. They're going to have that discussion tonight. You're free to join that discussion 7:30 tonight. So keep those in mind. You don't want to miss any of those activities, all right? So as we continue today with that discussion, we're looking at independence. So I think Brother Andrew, I had asked Major, I remember, where were you on Independence Day? What were you doing?
I remember independence so much, But I know what I remember too was the volcanic eruption was 79. We had that as well. That sort of born the kind of memory in your head, because I think the eruption was a little early. I think that was in April. And then we had the independence in October. Major, am I correct? We had
Very correct.
Yeah, so as a young chap, during that time, I remember I was in secondary school at the time though. So, and I do remember the parade and so on. I think we would have had the excitement of that. We would have had children going into town and so on, attending these parades and so on. What I remember is the parade, and the sort of military display that we had in that was quite impressive. And I had Major talk about the cadets, the cadets and girls, guides, and all these organizations was so vibrant in during those times. You know, the boys, you had what you call the Boys Brigade, and you had the Boy Scout, and all these organizations.
Wait, those things
which
gone.
were
I still have boys brigade.
vibrant and on
I don't know
display.
what it is.
You know, so all these things.
who had some work with them. I don't know if they've.
Right, we're not hearing so much about them these days as you're saying.
But even the Scouts floundering, you know, Scouts.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have. They played a vital role. They played a vital role in the upkeep, as it were, of the moral standard and the moral fabric of the society. You know, and what we're seeing now is a decline in social clubs, as it were. You know, these basic units that would help to discipline, to drive the discipline.
The
in
flag was
children.
actually raised by a cadet, Dave Yearwood.
Right.
He was the regimental sergeant major of the cadet force. And he went on to join the Air Force in America. And did extremely well in the US Air Force.
Right.
Just promotion after promotion after promotion.
Yeah, because it's the background from which he came, the foundation was already laid there in the cadet, you know. So those groups really played a vital role in keeping the society together and keeping the society disciplined, and it gave the drive to the young people at the time to move forward, you know.
Well, in fairness, I saw the parade move out the practice session yesterday. And there's still a lot of pride and enthusiasm among the young people. I saw the large numbers of guides, the pathfinders who were picked up quite big. I believe nurses might be in the parade too. I saw the 40 soldiers from the
British
Navy who were down there, the cadets. Of course, the other units. But there are a hell of a lot of people on parade. And as many of them who on parade, the parents are there on the sidewalk, especially with the female units cheering them on, and there's a female guard of police, you know. So I think it's going to be quite a spectacle this this Sunday night for people who want to go to the park to look at it.
I saw some of the practice myself, and I saw like different dance group and things. So I think it's an opportunity, you know, to for the nation. I just hope
And
it
to put the politics
don't
aside.
spoil it.
Yeah,
I hope he don't spoil it. Let me put it that way.
Don't call the name, no name,
no name. I hope he don't
One
spoil
of the
it.
things we have to realize, you know, we have to put our country before party and politics and so on. The important thing is to lift St. Vincent to the extent where we could be proud. We're proud of our country, and we have to be able to celebrate what we have. Because as Major would say, you start with what you have. This is our land, you know. I have a daughter living in Jamaica. I hope she's not hearing me. She like to tell me I must come to Jamaica nice, and I must come there to live and all. Especially when I said I was getting into politics, she speed up that thing to get me out fast before. But I usually say to her, Jamaica for Jamaicans, hey, this is my country. This is where I
It's a
spent.
free country.
You understand? So I am going to stay here, and I am not giving up or giving
We're
over.
going to build a better St. Vincent
Yeah,
teach.
man, we're not giving up and giving
gonna build a
over our
better
country to
service.
no one set of people or no one person. All of us have to build this country, and it belongs to all of us. Despite what anybody might think, feel, it belongs to all of us. All Vincentians have a right to basic fundamental rights, to education, to health. See, some of these things that we're suffering is really an infringement of our rights, you know. When I see children being thrown out of school, you know, not being allowed to complete their education for one reason or the other, you know, it's your right. And because some parents don't know the rights, or you know, they're not in a position to really inform what action should be taken, you know, they're taken advantage of. You look at some of our young males who were sent into secondary school without the requisite, you know, requisite knowledge or the requisite preparation. And after 2 years, 3 years, you put them out. That is against their right. You can't do that. You have to find, there should be, according to the Education Act, an avenue for these children to continue their education. up to the age of maybe 16 or 17, they should, it's legal, their legal right to be in school. And they put them out, and nobody looks after them. They don't care about them. They don't bother with them until they get into trouble. We are seeing 16-year-old and 17-year-old coming before the courts. Now, recently, we saw somebody 11 years old coming before the courts, 15-year-old coming before the courts for as serious a charge as murder. You understand? So when we ignore these kind of things and we brush them aside, and we are so taken up with, I saw, for example, some people were advertising the airlines that are coming, and I'm proud to see that we are having airlines coming and so on. It's part of our development to see airlines coming and people visiting and so on, and it's part of the whole progress of St. Vincent. But doesn't behave as if it's for one set of people against the other set. You understand? What we would like to see is an audit of how well we are doing. You know?
Just hold a sec. Let me say good afternoon, New Times. Hello.
Call back.
Hello.
Just not tell you, call back.
And I think they're supposed to keep hanging up. That's part of the problem. Good afternoon, New Times.
Hello. And that contribution Mr. John making, I sit down here and I thought back on Ralph Revolution, education revolution, or whatever I call it. Can't have that. It happened under NDP because when children couldn't get, parents couldn't buy book. I think kids would carry $50 and get a whole set of book. Tell me, that was education. Education is not now. Because he ain't putting no money into the book loan scheme.
No, you can't.
You know how happy me feel that because I carry $50 and get so much book for my daughter when she starts to go bishop. I still live in Connery.
Right.
Yes. So I could say, under NDP, you have a better education than now.
But more people used to go to university and so on their own.
You know, pass them, I send you to school. I ain't care about that because sometimes who pass, I drop out, and who fails, does learn.
Yeah, well, some people learn at different stages, and by now they should know that. By now they should know that.
People who pass, come on in chance. They didn't make it. My daughter make it, and she didn't pass, and she make it.
Well,
so
we did.
I could say that this revolution, education revolution, that is a thing of the past.
Yeah,
he already with that.
He didn't put the necessary things in place. I'm telling you. Yeah, he didn't put the things.
Some of them, they've not reached farm one.
Yeah, a lot of them dropping out.
They're not reach more than farm one, and out they coming.
Man, I'm telling you, come out of the system. Yeah,
okay,
thank you very much.
People go back the next election.
This is the first time you're calling?
Hello?
Is this your first call?
No, Mr. Leacock, you know who called back there.
Yeah, all right, my dear friend. Okay, good. Blessings. All the time. Blessings to you. Keep making the contribution here. Yeah. We love you.
Okay.
Yeah, I love you too.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Gentlemen, I'm gonna put a question to you, which may be a little deeper. Where we know, and should we have been further ahead? In terms of 45 years, can we say that?
Would have me or teach? Because I think that's for the young boy, you know.
Heavy question. But I could have a take on it because
let him go. Let teach go.
Yeah, to me, of course, we could have been way further on in our development. You see, the focus, as I was saying earlier, it has not been on the people and the people's development. We keep getting tricked into feeling that some big shiny object could replace human resource development. You can't go past the people. And I think by now, if we had focused on the development of the human resource, the people, the way, the standard of living, the education, you know, the sports, and all those things, the agriculture that we are focusing on now, if that focus was placed where it should have been placed and when it should have been placed, at 45, we would have been a much more secure place in terms of food security. We wouldn't be having to struggle now with the rate of cost of living that we are seeing because people would be more self-sufficient. We are in a country after 45 years almost entirely dependent on importing for food. Almost. I don't know if what food we're not importing, that we are self-sufficient in, that we could say we can export a lot of it, apart from Dashin, of course, which we would be able to produce in large scale. You know, so we are not really seeing that development after 45 years that we should see.
Okay, let's take this caller. Good afternoon, your times.
Good afternoon, both.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Major.
You call from your for teacher Andrew.
Well, may he get a little thing
Good
to talk.
afternoon, Mr. John.
Good afternoon, sir. I was at your cricket match last week, you know.
Yeah.
And I saw-
Our major organize one for we catch him and beat him.
No, you can't beat you can't beat you. Unless you umpire. Unless you umpire, you can't beat you.
Okay. But I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed that match.
I'm playing Sunday. If you have any state time, come out and watch.
No, our big friends in Victoriaville Sunday.
What time is the game?
Well, I feel we might play the morning game because we got funeral now.
Right, yes, the same funeral. The same funeral. Because
Mr. Francis, any education to them subs?
yes, today.
Yeah,
today.
Stubbs Government School. I
At
think,
the
was it?
school,
Yes.
they come in there, yes, 3:30 to 5.
All right, I know come from Milan, Mr. John, you know, with Milan Walker.
Yeah, man, hard work. And
And
I
if
was
no
surprised.
major come in, I will bring something for me that will come from our Milan.
Yeah, man, definitely. Remember, he's a tongue man in us.
Yeah, so when we going in the country, them not going in tongue, man.
No, so you have to bring something for him,
The more
definitely.
closer to board my more wanna come in Bonham and get the same thing we made that to struggle for.
I hear you.
So I listen all the man.
Right,
Yeah,
thank you, man.
thanks,
Thank you, as
I
usual.
live in a area, look, Victoriaville on the other side and the other side over in Bonham. But the people in them, I have no vehicle, you know. But it's time for all the people, they have vehicle.
With the road.
They balling for mother. It's some people from
it's
here that they have
ridiculous,
to
man.
pick up some stuff when you come from a condemned house and take it to the road. When
Yeah,
they
it's
have a
ridiculous.
shed
It's
in
ridiculous.
Bonham.
To tell you the truth. It's
And I will let
ridiculous.
Mr. John for drive it, you know.
Yeah.
And listen this. When I was a young human, say 13, 14, 15, my grandmother was dead in for the wicked party we're going on here. He who started. Rafi Dekan.
Okay.
Nothing. Vincent Beach. Nothing. Glen Beach. Nothing. Stevenson. Nothing. They ignore the people in Bonham.
Yeah.
But we still got life and strength. Mr. John, tell them, I know. Tell them we're going to do even when Miller Gwen because I was Victoria Village.
Well, they go ahead, man.
Make them for no.
We will not ignore them, you know. You see this election coming there, we're not going to ignore them. Every single man, woman, and child who eligible,
None
going
of them
out
not
to
come
vote.
nowhere around here in my yard. Me serious this time, you know.
No, we not, you could allow them to talk, you know.
No,
You know,
we don't want to talk with none.
but they
We want
really
to talk to
neglected
you, Major,
Bonham, man.
about them.
They neglected Bonham, man. They really should have done better with that place.
Man,
You
in my
can't
I
justify that.
But one of these days, but if you're coming in Bonham, walk from Carla, come down. We will just cover your brick.
Right,
come
right. No, you can't come up. You can't come up. You know, we
No.
hired a bus to carry some people to an event. And the bus told us straight, did not driving up. Bonham. The man said he's
No.
not driving his bus up there. If you can't come down to the gap and meet him and then walk up from, he's not driving through there. That is the state of what how the road reach. Yeah, he's
we
not
want
going
with
to
me
drive
the
up there.
road, man. Go on,
Yeah,
man.
we
Why
can't
they
treat
keep you
people too,
full,
man.
man? Who
Can't
want
treat
one
people
party?
so.
But wait, we don't come in to cover around Bonham
Yeah.
people now.
And talking
And
about
Victoria
Bonham,
people.
talking about Bonham, you saw the video that came out on the Bible Clinic and the police station. You saw a video with that?
Yeah, all of them.
Boy, I
And
tell
this
you.
when last week I went all about when my brother in them and watch up as police and then content to them.
Yeah,
Some
they just
people,
leave
I mean,
everything to go down. Everything. And then they coming back
I
now
when
and
me
tell
work
you.
for my budget,
they-
the louvers, all thing, and them a come to me for hospital good. But them two building with them build on them and down there, you know, when pressure when they say for them, you know. And hospital been supposed to don't build. Like
Right.
healthcare, we nation.
Yeah.
You run down building, you run down by building, and you're not going to put it in there.
Yes. They cleaning up. If you notice now, they start cleaning yesterday. They're cleaning from Argyle to Diamond. That is for the
Yeah,
opening.
when a lady told me, show this
Right,
morning.
that is for the opening. So that is what we do. When we get in road
they're
clean,
going to clean from Harvard because Sunday independent.
right, the cleaning that is for
This
the
is
opening
always
of the same
independent,
place
man.
too. Remember the planning to open the same building.
Independence and mean nothing to we can fight we.
Right.
We stand up on that, man.
Yeah.
We were that. No independence can take we on. Especially people in the bottom.
I hear you. All right,
Need
thanks.
attention.
They
from
can't take
people.
my way now.
Yeah. We know what we know, man. We know what we know. So you just hold tight. You know?
All right, buddy. Yeah, take care.
Yeah, so we continue in between the. Well.
No, but I'm in agreement with teachers' submission that in many ways we haven't made the progress that we should have. We're not saying that some things have not advanced.
No, some things are.
But we're saying that we should have been much further ahead for 45 years. And it's a particular point on self, being able to provide for ourselves, and have a greater self-recognition as well as to who we are as a people. With far more people to look up to.
I'm going to stick a pin on that, Major. I'm coming back to that. There's something that is very important. Good afternoon. Thanks, Olin.
Good afternoon, Francois.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Major.
He's one that who should have been honored by now already.
Good afternoon, Teach.
Good afternoon.
Now, Major and board Teach. 45 years of independence, 45 years of me involving in active politics. And I want, first of all, let me hail up Queen Council Duggan, my partner.
Okay.
Right? And you know, and Major again, after 45 years of independence, I have to call you to big you up for you. As a young man, you're the man who really influenced me to be the person I am today.
Great.
Wow.
When, can't stop saying when I saw you as a youngster, my age group, control the cadet in Calico with the boatyard and, at the time, it didn't click in, but when I reflect, it's from what I see with you as a young man that really shaped my life in the holidays. So, just calling to big you up, Major, and I just hoping.
That's tremendous. Okay. The good thing about it is that it's coming from a general, and I still you pass me because it's still the major.
Your major is official, but my general is not official.
No, we get from the people. They can't change. We come from the people. Don't try that. The people know what they're doing.
So Major, I hope that the good Lord could give me the time to be around to see you. Even for one term to be in government.
Boy, I pray, I beg him, I beg him.
Because
St. Vincent will marvel for 5 years in government of a major. And I'm telling you, Gray, I expect to be a senior member in government in the Democratic Party. One who can make call shots.
Major, you have to because you're the most experienced politician in the party right now.
I am.
Yep.
Right? And Major, strange enough, both you and myself is that we've been around for such a long time that people taking it for granted.
A lot of years, boy. A lot of tears.
And Major, all of us are aware, and I hear a lot of people say a lot of things about both. But I know both is committed to the party as much as I do. Because Major, one time a guy met me in Tongue and he told me, you like to see me walk to Calico in a ULP jersey. Because if I do what that's the NDP and he said, just I said to him, I say, well, whatever you're offering, I want it in a check. So he asked me why you want a signature. I said, no, I just love check.
Great. My partner Kenny, who drive me, my campaign manager. We have a standard joke between the two of us. Say, boy, suppose we decide to join ULP, me and you. He said, when the two we go on the road, I watch and he watch me. He said, boy, this thing ain't look good, boy. Now we turn back, they go stone But we just laugh at that thing.
So, but Major, now you talk about your campaign manager. But I hope that you don't got a lazy campaign manager.
Yeah.
Right?
Nah, my people don't work, boy.
Well,
one thing.
And Major, honestly, I in my heart of hearts, in the next election, I believe that the NDP is going to form government.
Well, we're going to form, you know. A guy told me this morning, Gray, and this is a man who's saying that he's come back to the fold, and who I respect. He say, NDP have no seat to lose, you know. He said, all NDP have, they're going to keep. He said, them have to lose. And the first to lose is the two north, Leeward and Windward. And then he come Eastern George, he come South Windward that day. And he come some others, you know.
Well,
so we go form government.
If I am alive, I wouldn't like to see NDP in government and Eastern George out of government.
He comes St. George. He comes Eastern George.
Yes, I'm hoping in this wrongs, we have a serious campaign manager who know what his duties are.
Yeah.
And not neglect the duties, and when things don't start to blame other people. Right? So I hoping in this wrongs they get serious and get a serious campaign manager who understands politics.
We hear you, Greg.
Right? No. You know, Francois, I see it because here.
I know you're serious, but
you know the amount of threat. But you and I was in one vehicle when man Black up, you would want to beat me and you up.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my partner who died, Smokey, in 2001 at Louis vehicle up in Fayhall. Them men blocked the road. Some men have been walking some land to come down with the cutters and tell them move what the road we pass.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know, so the start of a thing now, when people believe, when you try to say to them what I don't think what you're doing is right, you say, how you know no team, man. You know this, but all my life, everything I do, I've been a team person.
Well, boy, we all have to run in the same direction now. It's not time to mess up, you know. This is ours to lose.
And the greatest teacher, Major, is experience.
Experience, always.
Right? And I'm telling you, there's a lot of us with experience in Eastern Georgia, and if they don't want to tap into it, well, I am not active because of my vision. But
me used to a full man. What is that?
Hello? Greg?
Yeah.
You're breaking up.
I'm hearing you, Major, but you're not hearing me.
Yeah, I hear you. I said that you and I are two upful men.
Two opponents?
Upful.
Oh, yeah, Major, yeah, man.
We are two upful men. A lot of people don't even know what that word means, but we are two upful men.
Yes. Well, this is where I start my actual political journey.
We are two upful men.
Yeah. So, Major, I just hope that everything will go well with you on Monday. I can't come up because I come the 2 times and I have to run, boy. When it starts to get 7 o'clock, you have to run out of the
But you know, it's important for you see. Both say you was getting well. Maybe when you come off, I'll get to that. When you're off, yeah.
Okay. Well, I go leave and let somebody else get time to call in. After all the thing on next week Monday, Major. After your fair, I go call in and I hope that I get a link where I could link up and then we'll talk some serious politics.
Grateful, thank you. We look forward to that.
Then. All right, gentlemen, have a good day.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Gray.
But Gray, allow me to say something that you promised to introduce. Next Monday, people have to understand the next week Monday what we have up there from 1 o'clock. We deliberately call it a fun day.
Go ahead.
It is not a profit-making day for us because the receipts can't cover the dance can't pay for the light. And that's why we try to beg for as much as possible. In this morning, I was begging a business house and I said, look, what you gave me last year was not enough. And it is called a fun day because apart from the things that we have in the stall teach, we have little entertainment, races and so forth for brother and sister, father and daughter, mother and son. We have tug of war, we have we call it musical chairs, we have all kinds of games. Domino. But nobody comes last in anything. Everybody who participates in a race walks away with a gift. And invariably, because you come Saturday night now, those women and Paul and Oma and Lucian, Kessie and Oma and all of them, they're going to meet and they're going to back out all those food parcels, a little rice, a little flour, a little salmonella, tolo sausage, beef, sardine, sausage, soap, comb,
And when we off here, I go tell you, I get some of them back to the major here because it look like he want cut me out.
It's useful.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Because they get 2-3 meals from it, whether it's a breakfast or supper or dinner, something like that. And the household really could use them and appreciate them.
In fact, Major, I remember I was given 2 extra bags to take to
give somebody.
Get somebody if you meet them.
Get some Pampers. We have some backpacks for some of the young junior school children in the
college as well.
So hardly anybody leaves school books and things for the children to learn, to introduce them to reading and so forth. Miss Cyrus may come and read a story or even have a reading contest between the children. It's good,
And it does be fun. I think that you have to stress it. It does be fun.
It'll be fun.
My son and I asked if trying to remember if it's not wrong these time we're going up there because
it's about enjoying yourself.
If you bring my sons them up there, I can win no father and son because my son is bigger than me. Taller than me. So we go with everything up there.
We go about all.
It's father and little son, not the son. Tax holding.
No retired teacher. We have put on the disclaimer.
Thanks, Olen. Are you there still?
Yes, I am here. Good afternoon.
Yes, let me apologize for my guests them in your ears.
That is fine.
That is okay? You're sure?
That is fine. I am patient.
Yeah, I can see that. We might need and we never know we're going to need a legal counsel with me. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
My friend, how are you?
Major, I will be there. I will be there on Monday.
I'll be so blessed.
Yes.
And bring your husband to keep the bar going. While you girls then, let them go by the bar.
You will be there to God willing.
God willing, yes.
Yeah. So happy independence, 45 years.
45 years.
We were discussing
your age.
We are really independent.
I said we were discussing your age, 45, so that's why.
But, there's so much to talk about. So many things that are not going right and how we have regressed. I mean, sometimes when I was reading my daughter's history, or she was reading it to me rather, and you read about the colonizers taking the natives' land. And then I was like, but this is still going on. We're in 2024, and the government has taken lands from the people in North Leeward. So we are regressing. I don't know if 30 years or even more, because there's so many different things, because, we feel sometimes that we are in a communist country. People are living in fear, and it's just a heaviness on our nation right now, and we can't wait for elections, because I don't have no doubt in my mind we're going to have a change of government. I'd like to just highlight a few issues. I was trying to call in yesterday and calling, but I didn't get in because he was really heated up about the hospital issue, because he was saying that Storm, they post this picture with Storm at Modern Medical and bragging basically. But it's a gimmick. And we have to be aware of these gimmicks that are going to come out now from the ULP party. And we have to be, intentional about focusing on change. Because my new Storm might have gotten the best treatment he would have gotten in Modern Medical. But in the meantime, in Kingston, in the Milton Cater Memorial Hospital, there are so many things going wrong. We don't have medication. We don't have sheets. We don't have pillowcases. We don't even have warm water or hot water in the pipes, as a matter of fact.
But have you ever looked at how the corridors of the hospital look like? Have you been there recently? You see the corridors?
It's terrible.
It's almost look like a place like a casino.
Yes.
I'm not being ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And
it looks like a casino. The floors awful, atrocious.
I remember I was there when my daughter was there, and it just made your skin crawl how that place was dirty. And don't talk about the bathrooms, because the bathrooms didn't even have on any toilet seat.
I talked about that for years.
And there was a trickle of water coming from the shower for the patients to bathe. It's only God where it is going there, and it has come out alive. But what I really want to also talk about, which a lot of us forget and neglect, is the mental home. That is the one that is in a deplorable and terrible condition.
I tell you.
My brother, I had a brother who died there, and I really believe he died because of the conditions of the mental hospital.
I find it worse than the prison.
It is. I was telling one of my colleagues today, it is worse. I prefer somebody to send me to prison.
I tried to deliver a young man the other night. His parents asked me to get him inside there. And when I see the door open and he going, and the way the guy, I'm going to rush for him, like they're going to eat him,
Yes, because
it's boy, they know what mental illness is.
Crowded.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
Another wing out there. They're building up all when they didn't need to build a temporary parliament. They could have built another wing, because mental health is a big issue and it's being neglected over and over again.
Over and over.
The female ward is overcrowded, but don't talk
well, the
about
answer subject that a
male.
friend of mine loves to hear more about, because she's a mental health specialist and practitioner. So I'm glad we're here.
Need to out there. It's terrible. It is dirty. They don't even have enough cleaning stuff, because this is a place that I used to go to see I had a friend there and I had a brother there, and I would visit there, and it's close to my heart. I'm always giving back to the mental home because it is definitely the forgotten.
Yes,
and that is part of hospital.
It is
So
big part.
We really need to highlight mental homes. Too many, and then they're sending.
But Daniel is always talking about it, the shadow minister. He's always highlighting that. Yeah.
It's really deplorable, and they have the land.
We have the land
out there, so they can put another building out there.
Yeah, and it's a nice historic building.
Yes, beautiful land. They could even put they have enough land. They could even put a playground.
Yes,
because
nice
that is
land,
part of the rehabilitation process. And then I wanted to also congratulate, because I haven't been on the radio since, to congratulate the community college students. I wanted to congratulate them publicly for their protest, for their bold and brave protest that they did at the community college. It did get the recognition or the attention. I don't know if the problem is solved, but at least I know they are mentioning that they're working on it. And this just shows what we as people can do. I know there's a fear factor, because I understand the teachers are unhappy, but they were afraid to join them because they're thinking about their jobs. And that is the fear factor in this country. But we need, if we come out in numbers, see how those students came out, and they came out peacefully and they were effective. So we need more persons who are having issues to come out. There's so many different issues. I understand persons not getting paid when they're supposed to be getting paid. All those things. We have to join together and, come out, protest. Let more persons see that, we are a force in numbers.
But you as a resident of East St. George, and I'm glad you call regularly and you attend and support so many of our events in the Democratic Party. You have to have a realization that I believe we can win the constituency.
I believe
and we're on the way to winning it. But we must not underestimate that the outcome could be marginal, because we're swinging from over there to come over here.
Yes.
So that every single vote counts. And we need a broad and tight coalition of all like-minded people to contribute to that outcome,
Yes,
and what you're doing, I see what you're doing is in that regard.
Yes, I made up my mind a couple of years ago that I am going to do what it takes. I am going to make my contribution in whatever way possible, because I don't want, when 2025 elections finish, and
order.
And then they say, yes, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Shoulda and all
No,
them kind of
no,
things.
no. And this is it. We have to rise up. People, those of you who are sitting down and being critical, come out.
And my friend, think about me. You know how I would feel after 20-something years of it's a sacrifice, you know.
Yes, it must be.
To leave politics and not see that promised land. I really would be overjoyed to know I left politics in government.
I was
It's huge for me.
in London last month, and so I was telling them about the political situation here in Stevenson. And one of my friends said, "How long is the government in power?" And I said, 24 years. They said, "What?
Craziness.
Y'all are crazy in Stevenson."
Crazy.
And any government that is in power for so long, it is going to lead to corruption. I said,
It will.
It's blatant.
Yeah, you know, I heard my colleague here teach a while ago, and he was speaking about something about the auditing of something. I can't remember exactly what he was making. Yeah, but it's also interesting to listen to the news this morning coming from Guyana and say that they just got the Auditor General's report. And they are talking, the government, you know, not the opposition, is talking about the benefits and the outcome for the Auditor's report. As it addressed questions of where there were overpayments, where there was revelation of this, revelation of that, and the other, and how the report helps to be carrying the government forward. In St. Vincent, the government is on the back foot, you know, they're on the defensive when the report comes out because it shows so many areas
Exactly.
that, you know, that are wanting.
Right.
Mhm.
Another point I wanted to raise is I saw there was a notice by the planning department batching plant at Arnesville. This is a cement plant that's supposed to be they're asking, you know, for permission basically to erect it. I don't know. I don't think it's approved yet because it's in the newspaper. But I'm encouraging persons who are around there, those who live there, whose children go to school there, to write objections to the planning department.
Yeah.
Because if we just stay on the radio or we just talk about it amongst ourselves, but we don't write in, it could very well be approved.
Exactly.
I hope it's not in the vicinity of those schools.
But
It's down.
So
I find these people ridiculous.
So you're going to negatively impact people with respiratory.
I mean, I am asthmatic. My two children that attend high school are asthmatic. And more people are being asthmatic.
And I think batching plants have, besides the dust, I think there's a smell that comes from the bitumen or whatever it is.
But there's also another issue with that because they're hoping to build housing areas. And somebody raised the point that going to be male housing in that area, and they have all these schools with all these young girls.
I don't think that the batching plant is just for the immediate vicinity. Just along the tarmac, as we call it. No. All them people up in Kingyard,
they can get
up in the Sign Hill because it rises and travels up in Fountain, Billy, all them areas.
Yes, and when you read up on it, you know, it leads to lung cancer and other types of cancer.
And council, you only know those things over a long time after when you don't lose your life. You know?
Exactly. It is very serious. So let us write in those people over there, as you say, King Garden Plan, even sports turn of not
exactly.
Arnesville playing field, they should not even allow it. So we need to write to planning and raise our objections because it cannot be right. I think it's to do with the.
Well, I hope the Parent Teachers Association for those schools would put pen to paper and not sit back and waiting on somebody for them.
It's good when because without calling your name, which is your privacy, you're a professional. You're a lawyer. It is good when our professional people take the time off to contribute to our programs because we need a multidisciplinary approach to some of the problems that we have to deal with in St. Vincent de Grenadines. I mean, you're speaking on this one. There's the one that happened this week where so many monies have been lost, the BICO case there.
Exactly,
you know?
That's the next thing.
You know, the mandate and the results that came out of America, sending people back to home. But sometimes our professional people have to lead in some of the conversations. Not that the politicians can't lead it, you know, or be side by side. But sometimes it needs expertise on particular subject matter And you have to know when to lead from behind and lead from in front or lead from the side or tag team, you know. You know, so we're indebted to you. Indebted to you.
Just this morning, you know, a guy called me.
All right, thanks.
Okay, I will listen off here.
See you on Monday. We're holding you to that. We will. I must advise you. We'll be taking a roll call.
I hear you.
You know, if two of you come, it's half price.
I will take you up on that.
Take you up on the half price. Half price. Yeah, okay, good. Best.
All
okay.
right, thanks. All the best. All the best.
The guy was talking about same batching planting and the attempt to put a tire shredder of some sort up in that it's not really Yambo, it's part of Argyle leading into Yambo, just behind Bigger Big Hayready. He was talking
the
about
name
that.
again, boy.
And that
says
environmental, no, not over that way.
No.
Bigger Big plant in Yambo.
Okay.
Just across from the river.
Okay.
On the other side. They had attempted to put the
plant
asphalt plant there, and the people raised, the people objected. And one of the posters I spoke with last week, who live on the bank of the river, was saying that because they objected, they refused to fix that bank side, that river bank.
Them.
You remember I spoke about that?
Yeah.
Right. They refused to fix that because the people were saying an asphalt plant would definitely affect the health. So they don't want it there. Now they're putting something to shred tires because they're still burning tires in Rabuka and they're now trying to do some shredder sort of thing. They are not thinking of people's health. How could you put up? I can't even deal with that. To even consider it, having a batching plant in Annisville. It doesn't make any sense. And planning should not even accept that. That's an application coming from them. Knowing that they have. If you send in one, they're not going to accept it. You're not going to even think about
more
it.
Like it's more or less the government.
Yeah.
So that's another question.
Yeah.
Season to season.
Season to season.
Yeah.
Because it's a government facility.
Master call.
So 3 minutes after 1, we're going to take the break. Callers, just call back. Let me do the text just to make sure I get to them. But tell Major, not just in Vincent Marvel to have the NDP in government. The region will see a great change in having Dr. Friday as a leader in the region. The Caribbean is longing for good leadership. And I think having Dr. Friday along with Motley will bring about the changes the region needs. Dr. Friday is one of the best prime ministers in Vincent would ever see. Vincentians can count on that. Somebody saying images of fire in
Georgetown.
The Georgetown area. I saw the
There's
police
neglected
fighting
area,
up with the hose.
Another neglected area. So.
Honestly, I don't see the NDP having less than 10 seats. In the next election, it'll be more, but it will now be less than 10. That facility does a bill, and I want us to deal with that. As the isolation center during the height of the pandemic, what is the current condition? Has any thought been given, incorporated as part of a mental health service? What about the residents of Phoenix Yard? Some year ago, they said they would be relocated, but not Musipole, yeah, they mean. We come back, but that isolated center is rotting down major. Millions of dollars. What was it called? It's rotting down.
Yeah.
I note, before I forget, I note that when Senator Janaga raised it tomorrow, I'd asked the question about, I think it's midwives, and they had said three. That my ears jump up. They said 3 of them are located at the same isolated center. I say impossible.
Yeah.
There's only animals and rotting down happening there. Nobody could be there. Yeah,
but I want to shout out a friend of mine in Virgin God. He just messaged me. They actually say he's listening. Myron. His name is Myron Williams. He's from beginning up Myron. He's from Evisham. He would have migrated there for a long time. So
and
he live
in Evisham?
He's from Evisham originally.
I met a guy down in Cortons and was walking about with Conroy. By the way, the New Democratic Party leader and Conroy and company are in Union Island today, so that people understand that we're on many fronts and doing all the work.
Nice.
The party is in Union Island as we are speaking. Right. So let me just big up. They probably don't have electricity. I don't know how much reception we have down there. Okay. So that people know that we are attending to our constituency down there.
Right.
You know.
Okay, thanks. We're going to take the break.
Central Kingstown, are you ready for the biggest, most exciting event of the season? That's right. Mark your calendars because Monday, October 28th, we're taking over the Green Hill Hardcourt with the Central Kingstown Constituency Fun Day Fair, hosted by the one and only Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock. It's a fun-filled day for the whole family. Kicking off at 1 p.m., we've got it all. A live band bringing the vibes. Your favorite DJs spinning the hottest tunes. Food stalls with mouth-watering meals and delicious drinks. Games galore for all ages, and a special treat for the kids. Come out and enjoy a day of fun, laughter, and good vibes with your friends, family, and neighbors. The Central Kingstown Fun Day Fair has something for everyone. Don't miss out Monday, October 28th from 1 p.m. at the Green Hill Hardcourt, proudly hosted by Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock and the Central Kingstown constituency. See you there.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases. So you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
Get dinner and candles alight, popcorn for your movie night. One stop and get it right. It's that good. We've got what you're looking for. All the brands you love and we'll get everything at Massy Stores. Massy Stores is where you wanna be. We take care of you like family. We do all that we could to treat you like we should. It's that good, it's that good. That good. When you shop at Massy Stores. That good.
Massy Stores, our family serving your family.
Here's a fun fact. In just 29 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
Lewis Pharmacy. We specialize in friendly service with a personal, professional touch. Hence, we take pride in offering patient counseling on all prescription and over-the-counter products. We welcome inquiries on prescription drugs, vitamins, herbal preparation, fitness nutritional products, cough, cold, allergy, and all other health care products. For the convenience of our patients and surrounding community, we are situated uptown opposite the bus stop at Juicy Building. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Lewis Pharmacy.
Randy's Supermarket is perfect for all your grocery needs. We have a range of liquor, liqueur, and wines, fresh and quality bread, and our weekly specials will simply amaze you. Conveniently opened 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Mondays to Thursdays, and Fridays and Saturdays 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have competitive prices and friendly staff. Randy's Supermarket, located at Lower Bay Street and Terrell Street. Call us at 456-2994. Randy's Supermarket, where shopping is fun.
There are many cleaning companies, but there is only one company that cleans, and that is VinsiClean. So you don't have to wait for a season. Cleanliness is enough of a reason. Just finish building your dream home and wish to move in? Then VinsiClean is for you. Do you have oil mark where that car is parked? New tiles just laid and want to remove tile grout, cement, or paint? VinsiClean is for you. Shampooing of chair sets, mattress, carpet, house cleaning. VinsiClean is for you. So whatever cleaning you need and for the best prices and quality on the market, telephone 1360. 457-1649. Vincy Clean, Vincy Clean, Vincy Clean, the best in service.
Introducing Kitty Care Plus Picoactin Syrup and Mimglobin Liquid from Maya Organics PVT Limited. Kitty Care Plus is an optimum nutrient for growing children. It promotes physical growth and enhances intellectual performance. Picoactin Syrup has a synergistic combination of cyproheptadine and B vitamins that help to improve appetite and body weight. And Mimglobin Liquid helps to optimize growth and builds immunity. Get yours today. Kitty Care Plus, Picoactin Syrup, and Mimglobin Liquid. Available at leading supermarkets and pharmacies. Agent Bowman's Pharmacy. Call 456-2235.
Looking for the best in trends and fashion? Then come on up to Sally's Step Up Boutique, located in Richland Park, upstairs the Muncie Supermarket, opposite the Richland Park Cemetery. Sally's Step Up Boutique carries a wide range of outfits for every occasion for men, women, and children. The prices are affordable, but guess what? If you step into Sally's Step Up Boutique and you cannot purchase an item at the same time, you can ask for the layaway plan. Remember, the place to shop for any occasion is Sally's Step Up Boutique in Richland Park. And that's not all. Sally's Step Up Boutique also carries back to school supplies. Contact us at telephone numbers 526-8063 or 526-4989. You can also find us on Instagram. So step into Sally's Step Up Boutique and we'll take care of all of your needs. Step up, step in, and let us transform your lives.
Central Kingstown, are you ready for the biggest, most exciting event of the season? That's right. Mark your calendars because Monday, October 28th, we're taking over the Green Hill Hardcourt with the Central Kingstown Constituency Fun Day Fair, hosted by the one and only Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock. It's a fun-filled day for the whole family, kicking off at 1 p.m. We've got it all. A live band bringing the vibes, your favorite DJs spinning the hottest tunes, food stalls with mouth-watering meals and delicious drinks, games galore for all ages, and a special treat for the kids. Come out and enjoy a day of fun, laughter, and good vibes with your friends, family, and neighbors. The Central Kingstown Fun Day Fair has something for everyone. Don't miss out Monday, October 28th from 1 p.m. at the Green Hill Hardcourt, proudly hosted by Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock and the Central Kingstown constituency. See you there.
Get value for your money. Shop at Richardson Motors. Shop at Richardson Motors Limited and enjoy 3 services in one. Pop into our convenience store for a wide array of snacks, drinks, and toiletries. Visit our mechanic shop for a specialized treatment for your brakes, exhaust systems, and wheel alignment at our garage. But there's more. When you shop at Richardson Motors, get a free oil change service, clean, high-quality fuel, or shop from a wide range of automotive parts and accessories. We are conveniently located along the Arnesville Main Road. Drive on up. Reliability, convenience, and variety. Richardson Motors is your #1 stop.
CK Graves and Company is the number one supermarket, 100% intention. The Intention Supermarket. We've got more of what you're looking for in multiple locations to serve you more and more. In business now for over 50 years, and you will always save by shopping right here. Oh yes, we're #1. CK Graves and Company, and we are Vincent Johns, a supermarket for you and me.
CK Graves and Company Limited, Sunrise Supermarket and Graves Marketplace will be closed on Sunday, the 27th of October, 2024. And on Monday, Sunrise will reopen from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and Graves Marketplace from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Since 2012, we have provided reliable, professional dialysis services in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are now proud to offer you new solutions for your health problems. Each new solution is being delivered to you with the same high degree of care and professionalism. We also use the best technology in the delivery of our services. So, does your doctor need a precise view of what's happening inside your body? Let us perform an ultrasound for you. Ladies, if it's your breasts, then choose our mammography service. For all issues related to men and women's health at any stage in your life, our team can perform the necessary investigations to put your mind at ease and recommend solutions for your problems. If it's to see within your chest or check for broken bones and fractures, then use our state-of-the-art U-Arm X-ray service. For you aging men and women, we can now check your bone density, which will reduce any complications that may arise with overall bone health, osteoporosis, or arthritis. Health Solutions will provide answers and results in a timely, accurate manner in the most comfortable environment, while you are taken care of by well-trained and experienced staff. Please call us today at 451-2836 or 434-3170, or visit us online at healthsolutionssvg.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Health Solutions, where we are providing solutions in SVG with care.
We would like to say that Captain Bligh XO Aged Rum is the best rum in the world. And now we can. Voted the world's best rum at the World Rum Awards 2014, Captain Bligh XO Aged Rum. World class in a glass.
Bonady Supermarket in Kingstown, serving the nation with quality service and excellent prices. At Bonady Supermarket number 2, located at Upper Middle Street, we are proud to serve you. We are second to none. Call us at 457-1616. We at Bonady Supermarket number 2 will always be here for you. Bonady Supermarket, serving the nation with quality service and excellent prices.
Central Kingstown, are you ready for the biggest, most exciting event of the season? That's right. Mark your calendars because Monday, October 28th, we're taking over the Green Hill Hardcourt with the Central Kingstown Constituency Fun Day Fair, hosted by the one and only Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock. It's a fun-filled day for the whole family, kicking off at 1 p.m. We've got it all. A live band bringing the vibes, your favorite DJs spinning the hottest tunes, food stalls with mouth-watering meals and delicious drinks, games galore for all ages, and a special treat for the kids. Come out and enjoy a day of fun, laughter, and good vibes with your friends, family, and neighbors. The Central Kingstown Fun Day Fair has something for everyone. Don't miss out Monday, October 28th from 1 p.m. at the Green Hill Hardcourt, proudly hosted by Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock and the Central Kingstown constituency. See you there.
All aboard! Central Kingstown Constituency Division and your area representative, the Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock, are calling you to set sail on the annual boat ride to Miro. It's happening Sunday, November 10th. Grab your friends, grab your sunscreen, and let's cruise through the crystal blue waters to one of the most beautiful islands in the Grenadines, Miro. It's gonna be a day filled with fun, laughter, and memories. Tickets are available now from your Central Kingstown constituency members, so don't miss out. And here's something special. Bring a little something for our friends in Miro. It's all about community love and sharing. There's gonna be plenty food and drinks waiting for you on the island. So come hungry and thirsty and mark your calendars. Sunday, November 10th. It's the boat ride you've been waiting for. Central Kingstown and the Honorable Major St. Clair Leacock. Get your tickets now. All aboard!
We're all moving on together. So we must plan collectively for a brighter day. No one knows what's in store for the future. True dedication can get us there. Independence is a milestone in our march to prosperity. Now St. Vincent and the Grenadines have a rare nationality.
20 minutes after the 1 o'clock hour, you're listening to the New Times program for Wednesday. I don't know why I can't remember today's Wednesday. Wednesday, the 23rd of October. I'm your host today, Clement Robert Francois. Joining us today, Major the Honorable St. Clair Leacock, and Andrew Teach. John Major stepped out for a while. Andrew here with us as we continue. I just got some reports. I know we said there was a fire in Landy Park. We're having some reports that maybe 2 children died in the fire, unconfirmed, but we hope that is not so. So we just hope that is not so, boy. That's the thing. So we'll see how that goes as we continue to monitor that situation. We have enough tragedy in St. Vincent already, more than enough for us today. As we continue our discussion on, I think when we started, one of the things that we note, Andrew Teach, is that we have gone regress in terms of our unity as a people. And I had made a note when Major was speaking, because I wanted to come back to that that discussion, that observation that he had said that I planned to pick him up on. So as he come back in, I think I get a sense. I remember, I don't know if it's just me, but I remember in the days, just like all the Bajans, the Jamaicans, the Trinidadians to some extent, and now the Lucians, glad to identify themselves. You know, I'm a Jamaican, I'm a Bajan. I remember the days when you were proud to say I'm a Vincentian. And while we still have that feeling, I don't hear it expressed that much, and even in travel, that, you know, as if we are a little ashamed now as to who we are. I don't know. Do you get that impression that, you know, people want to bring back that pride in saying I'm a Vincentian?
Yeah, man. People still have that natural. It's a natural feeling of pride in any place you're born. People just have that natural feeling. It's just that we are not satisfied with the way things have been going over the past 2 decades. You know, at one point you might have felt that things were really improving and we were up on the right. We were on the rise and we are going forward as a nation. And then the tribalism, the whole purpose of this government intention to remain in power at all costs. We have seen it. It has created a division, a divide among our people. And what has happened is that rather than progressing as a nation together, what we have seen is just a selected few persons. You know, they have access to everything. They're making progress in every way they wish. Whereas the majority of Vincentians, and remember right now, the NDP is the majority party. The popular vote is owned by the NDP, which says that people in the majority are not satisfied with the government, even if they are able to narrowly win a seat by 1 vote. It is not reflective of the people's wish and desire to have the government change. And they have been able to use all kind of maneuvers and maneuverings to remain in power to the detriment of our country. I'm telling you, when I listen to people saying, oh, you all have a government 20-something years, I am basically ashamed, because we have not seen the progress alongside the time that this government has stayed in power. By now, a government which is in power for 20 years should have the whole country together, because they have been there, they have been given that mandate to solve. So there should be no, rather than saying that, what we are seeing is more oppression. That's what we are seeing, more hardship on the people. You see, people are becoming more dependent on the government. After 45 years of independence, we should be in a position to say, we have done this over these years. We recognize the people who have done so much for the country, rather than all we are saying is that we are giving out this handout, we are giving out that handout, and we are bringing our people more into need. So to me, we have not utilized the past 24 years wisely enough to bring that national pride that we want. And I'm not saying that people are not proud enough, because despite whatever is happening, people want to identify with our country, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I don't have anywhere else that I would identify with, and no matter what people tell me they have there or they have there. So we need to make things better. Make things, we need to see progress where our people could be justly proud. You know, when we win a football match last week, we sensed that pride where people were so happy that something happened. You know, when we had that convention, I sensed the pride they're talking about, crowd, that atmosphere, that thing. I've never seen that where persons are coming and saying, we want a change. We are supporting our people for that change. And I know that is resonating throughout the country. We want to see a change, man. We want to see St. Vincent take its rightful place among any other nation. Major, we're not more soft than anybody. We shouldn't be.
But I'm in agreement. You have a caller?
No, it's just some information. The fire we spoke about. I'm hearing now that two children may have died in that fire. I mean, that's horrible to die.
That would be so sad. So sad.
Watching the time, I was wondering.
And that can't be very far from the Georgetown police station where I think they have a fire tender. Because Georgetown is
a place.
From end to end, it's 5 minutes to come across the stretch.
Okay, let's take this caller first. Good afternoon, your times. Hello. Good afternoon, you're muted. Hello. Okay.
But I wanted to join the conversation that teachers carrying. And I'm going back to the independence situation quite deliberately, because since we've been here, like you, I glimpse every now and then that I was there on the phone, and I see eyewitnesses carrying a story of the visit of some of our sailors for the British Army to schools, and a number of them are there at the St. Vincent Grammar School, our alma mater. I'm making another assumption which may not be true, that many of them may have been grammar school students. So if that is so powerful to them, if they were not, the point is still valid. I mean, this is our 45th year of independence. And quite understandably, we are proud that 40 of our sons and daughters are joining us on the parade ground in military uniform to support our independence. I mean, there's contradiction in the joy, but there's also confirmation in that joy as well, that we are a particular people with a history, with an origin, and with an identification that allows that to happen. So that a lot of the parading, masquerading, and artificial construction of these things like members of CELAC and our friendship with this country, that country, we're friends of everybody, you know. Yeah. But this idea where we go at great lengths, in my mind, to distance ourselves from some of our natural relations, namely the United States of America, Canada, United Kingdom, Europe, to where we are here. Now, those of us who went to university, one of the big boasts, let it call a hold because I want to make this point. Go ahead. One of the points that our economists used to make of the time, teach, people like Lloyd Best, is that we were famous in the Caribbean for exporting raw material and then importing the finished product. True. And two examples that come to my mind. We'll export, for example, brown sugar, and we'll import white sugar. But even before that, we used to export cane and bring back sugar. But they are the other more classic one. We will export the cocoa, and we will import the Cadbury chocolate. And you could go on with those examples of other agricultural products that we export and bring back the finished product. Well, that's what just happened to we here now, We just brought back 40 of, I think, the 600 and something who couldn't find work and opportunity in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Some might have even left the police force and gone to a better opportunity. and have come back here with a greater sense of pride and belongingness, even though they will always be Vincentian and cherish that. And I met some of them. Met some of them because they knew me and knew me in a particular capacity. I would not betray our conversations. But they come back here, just like we said, with the cook and bring back chocolate. Some of them patch up, beg, borrow, ask, go in, do the physicals, meet the auntie, nanny, tenant in England, friend, godfather, take a loan, however they make it. They got to England and they enjoy and become members of the United Kingdoms of the Navy. United Kingdom is a different thing. The British Navy. And they say when they join the Navy, you see the wall. Some of them are Marines, I believe. One or two of them have made it to officer ranks. But what a pride and a joy to see our own sons and daughters back home with us at independence. Confident as a future. And the report I read, I didn't crunch the numbers. It says 1 out of every 170 Vincentian is in the British military.
I jotted that to your attention.
Yeah, you said it.
Every
I remember how you said it. Every death announcement
has something about
serving
in the
every
army.
death announcement makes mention of the fact that some so and so is in the British Navy, Army, or whatever it is. And that's just the British, But remember, I have a hell of a lot of them in the US and Canadian and other military, But we want to ally with somebody else to shoot down our own people. When it comes to war, we're going to say that they're on their own. It is an extension of our frontiers, man.
I was making a point of
Let me just take, I think I have somebody holding. Let me just take that. Good afternoon. Thanks for holding. Hello, are you there still?
Yes, good afternoon. Are you hearing me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Hello?
Yes, we are hearing you loud and clear. Are you hearing us?
Oh, yes.
So go ahead, please.
Well, I just don't want this opportunity to pass because Sunday is our 45th anniversary of independence. And I am happy and I am sad. I am happy that the good Lord has allowed me to reach to a ripe old age, so to speak. I was born in the 20th century and I'm now living in the 21st century. I always make that announcement because I would have learned so much about Vincentians and Vincentian politics. And the worst time of my life here on earth has been since this current regime has taken over control of this country. And it hurts me as a human being when I hear this sort of rhetoric that is being preached or being advocated as good governance. I am very disturbed. I may be feeling the pain now and all the sorrows, but I must talk, I must speak out, because what about those who can't speak and who can't make a change or make a difference? And those who seem not to be able to speak because they are controlled by the food they eat from wherever it comes from. So I'm just making this statement to say that this is the year 2024. We are on the verge of another general elections in this country. And it's about time that those of us who are around, who have better sense, better education, better learning, whatever we want to call it, because some of us who are educated and well-learned are using this to take advantage of those who are vulnerable in our situation. So I am appealing to those, especially those who are in certain positions, to have mercy upon Vincentians, to have mercy. Stop all the hatred. Stop all the spite. Victimization is a big word in this country. Victimization. And a lot of us are being victimized, and we don't know we are victimized. But my appeal to the powers that be, take your knees off with neck. Take your knees off with neck. Stop mistreating us as a people. And respect that we are human beings just like you. When I think of Yogi Farrell, there is just one name, Edgar Cruikshank. Until you turn back and call it a what? Genuine accident. This country, under its leadership, has taken us for a rough ride where some of us were not able to survive. That's why I give thanks and praises that I have survived. I have to survive to see another independence. Well, the day hasn't come yet, but I know it's close by. And I just hope and pray that there will be a release or relief or whatever it is very soon. Very soon. If I alone could have done it, I would have done it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, officer. Thank you very much.
But I can understand Dave's expression. And again, teachers making a point a while ago of us and the popular vote that we have the majority vote in Mr. Brennan. Something Collins always says in his program, that this is the party that should have been in government. And somebody notes they got coming and said that we should win at least 10 seats, which I believe is minimum 10, and it could be a couple more. But Vincent Shans must not underestimate the task that is before Dr. Friday and the New Democratic Party. Nor be under any illusions or assumptions that it's an easy one and that we could win this without their support. Then they could go mountain, they could go sea, they could take it to the day off, they could go rum shop, which shouldn't be open. Or they could say, Andrew done win, and this done win, and that done win, and then that, you know.
Keep thinking, talking.
When people don't understand what we're coming up against, emphatically, because we have the data, we have the facts. But let me put it in a language that they can't even contemplate even going to the courts and say a major didn't say. But it has been expressed to us that every election, $7 million comes into the election process from a Latin American country through the airport, and in recent times through the Argyle airport. Oftentimes when the airport is seemingly closed, and people go to the airport to receive those monies. And those monies find their way into the election process. $7 million of regional interference into the political outcome. So not that they're doing things on the strength alone, you know. It is where they have made the country poor and have imported foreign capital to buy the poverty of Vincent. That's why I'm saying that we are poverty rich, you know. And they understand the psychology of money and Vincent's poverty. Oftentimes, these handouts are in US dollars.
True.
Because if I give you $500 bought, and a man bring 300 US, you're going to take the $300 US. Well, obviously, 300 US is more. But if I gave you 200 US, the fellow might prefer the 200 US to the 500 EC. Because this is us money. He may not even spend it.
True.
He may carry it home or she and put it up. Thank God I get this 200 from this, that, and the other. I mean, I get things from NDP. And then the day after the election, they go back. They don't even have 2 cents. You understand? So we can't be blind, myopic, or bury your head in the sand. That every candidate of ours is coming up against large amount of foreign money to vote against them. So it ain't gonna be easy for Teach, although you can win, or myself, although I will win, and other colleagues, and Chevron especially, up there, and Kishore down in Hartleywood. Because last election, $500,000 spent in Hartleywood. The camp in Hartleywood, and the scramble through one vote. So you must know if the people's will had prevailed as it should have. And then, you know, sometimes it's really painful, you know, Teach. When you say a person like Chevron lost by 67 or 69 votes, if you go down the street the next day, you can find 69 NDP people who didn't vote.
Yeah,
Who stay carelessly. If you go to North Leo, you find 100 of them. In fact, when we were walking about, we find people who are relatives of and neighbors, even walking around with we and showing we were, and they confessing, you know, I didn't vote the last time. You had to sign off.
No, I have to take this call. You'll hear why. Yeah. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, you're live. Hello, Senator.
Hi, good.
Yes. You're live in the studio. Myself and Andrew here, and
a favorite friend. Don't beat around the bush.
Hi. Hi. Go to button on the program.
Yes, Senator. How are you going?
Both
always trying to tie up your foot.
Everything. Andrew, good to hear you.
Yes.
I'm just calling to just let you know that we had a fire in Lanley Park, which destroyed a dwelling house, and confirmed two babies. Two children. Let me say that.
2 children.
Died in the fire.
Gosh.
Yes. It is heartbreaking, and I really
on the scene?
Want to reach out to the occupants of the house, the owners, Mr. King, and I know he's not much. He's in a state of shock at the moment. So, you know, just let's reach out. It's hard, but God is good.
Yeah.